first part of my opening, and I'm coming back to the phone. Here we go. Okay, Shaner, say something.
Hey, what's going on? Happy Friday.
You bet. All right, it is the 19th day of October. We are in Parkview.
Welcome to Waynesville Tiger Football.
All right. Got us loud and clear? Okay, do we see everything sound pretty level? Oh. Yeah, well, they're always hot. Yeah, I can't. All right, I don't know how to turn them bastards down except on this computer, and I ain't messing with it. Fuck it. All right, very good. I'm
Welcome to Waynesville Tiger Football. It is Friday night under the lights. The Waynesville Tigers on the gridiron. Our game being brought to you by Air Serve Heating and Air, Arby's of St. Robert, B&B Theater in Waynesville, TC Towing of Waynesville, Balfour Beatty Communities of Fort Wood, Columbia College, King Auto Glass of St. Robert and Rolla, Lindsay Chrysler Dodge Ram Jeep of St. Robert, and Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville, Park University of Fort Wood, Mailboxing of St. Robert, the Pepsi-Cola Bottling Company, the Sellers Sexton Auto Group, Shelter Insurance Agents, Mike Anthony in Waynesville, Dave Holland in Richland, VFW Post 3168, Team Ellis at Remax Professional Realty, the Bank of Crocker, Clayton Homes of Lebanon, Lynch's Furniture of St. Robert, the Marys County Bank, St. Robert Auto Supply, and the Waynesville Medical Plaza. The kickoff around the corner under the Friday night lights.
Well, good evening and welcome to JFK, John F. Kennedy Stadium in Springfield, Missouri, home of the Parkview Vikings. And tonight the Waynesville Tigers are in town. I'm Marv Luton along with my partner Shane McPherson. And Shaner, it's a must-win situation for the Tigers if you want to be guaranteed a home game and a bye. I think we've got the bye, but I think for at least for a home field advantage and the first game in districts at your place, it's a win situation here. There are other scenarios, but you don't want to rely on anybody else.
Well, yeah, you just this time of the year, you know, a win's a win. You got to have a win this time of the year. We don't know for sure. You and I have been talking about. I was in coaching for a long time and I never could figure out the district thing. The 13 plus and 13 plus and all this kind of stuff basically comes down to if we win, we know we're going to be home, we're going to have a bye. That's the most important thing. And Parkview is a team that we can beat, but we're going to have to play well to do it.
Well, you take a look at the situations as far as the districts. The Waynesville Tigers, they are in second place right now in the district. Lebanon is number 1. That is not going to change. Springfield Central is number 5. That is not going to change.
Right.
Waynesville at number 2, Willard at number 3, Glendale at number 4. The Tigers are 3 and 5. Willard and Glendale are both 2 and 6. We have 29.5 points. Willard has 25.5, and Glendale has a little bit less than 25.5. And you're right, with these point scenarios, I have never been able to figure this out. It would take a mathematical genius to figure this out from the Missouri State High School Activities Association. But the bottom line is, you win, you're going. It's a much better situation. Willard is playing Branson today. Branson is 2 and 6, just like Willard, and that is in Branson. So right. Branson, they have the opportunity in their district to. They are in the number 6 spot in their district, but they have the opportunity to jump Republic if they win tonight. So they're going to be hungry, and they want that number 4 seed rather than that number 5 seed in their district. Parkview is also in that district, and they have the number 2 seed right now. So Parkview wants to win here today. I don't think Parkview can jump Carthage because Carthage is the number 1 seed in that district. They are 7 and 1.
Right.
They have 45. Almost 46 points. Parkview is 30. Again, there is no way Parkview could get any better than they are right now. And even if they lost, I don't think they drop.
I don't think they do either. Carthage is a lot in their district like Lebanon is in our district. Really can't be touched a whole lot. Glendale's got a big hill to climb tonight. They've got West Plains down at West Plains. With that, that's a defensive matchup with Branson and Willard. We were kind of looking at that, and that's a big-time defensive matchup. They don't really score a whole lot of points. They don't give up a whole lot of points. So that'll be a barn burner down there for sure. A lot of people are picking Willard to win that game, but a lot of people are picking Parkview to win this game, which I kind of disagree with the way the Tigers have been playing the last 3 weeks for sure.
Well, I'll tell you what. You being a former defensive coach, you had to be tickled to death last week when you saw this Waynesville Tiger, not only the defense, but especially the cornerbacks and the safeties and that secondary, the way they played against that air attack from Glendale. What did they throw the ball? Like 80-some-odd times. They've had 90-plus plays from scrimmage offensively, and they threw the ball 80 times and scored 14 points.
Right. They ran 90 plays. 6 of them were run. 84 were passed. We had 2 pass interferences. We had 2 pick sixes, 1 for 85, 1 for 102 yards. The other pick, we had 2 more picks. We had 1 pick for 73 of 75 yards, would have been another pick 6. Our defense has improved. It's carried us the last 3 weeks pretty much. You know, a lot of people say, well, Sheen is doing great on offense, had 300-plus all-purpose yards last week, had a great night. But the defense has really stepped up. We've had some injuries. People have stepped in. We're getting healthy again. Aaron McDaniel won't be with us again tonight, but I talked to him today, and he will be with us next week. And that'll be a plus for us going in to hopefully a bye week where everybody can kind of get healthy. But I got to tell you, as far as the defense has gone, it has improved so much this year. And the program has just kind of turned around. I gave him the moniker last week. I said the hit squad's back, because I'm telling you what, if they caught the ball, Glendale caught the ball last week, they paid for it. And if we can come up and hit them like this tonight, and we're going to have to with this De La Cruz, because this De La Cruz kid is a real serious running back.
Well, Michael Cassidy, Malik Hopper, A.J. Martin, even Kevin Poinsett, all of those D-backs, and Desmond Dawkins, he was back there. But we saw Cassidy, Hopper, and Poinsett have some monster hits last week. And then Martin, he runs back one for 85 yards. Hopper got the 102-yard pick six. And was it, I think it was Dominique Garland.
Yeah.
He was the one who picked off the one that went 75 yards, 73 yards. He goes 75. He's in the end zone. They knocked him out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And when I talked to the coach, I said, it was really great, Coach, that you gave Garland the opportunity to go back in there and finish what he did. He says, we couldn't find him on the sidelines. He was over there celebrating. He was having a good time, and he goes over there and said, Garland, get back in the game, man.
Yeah.
Go finish this.
Yeah, exactly right. You know, and what a great night for the Tigers last Friday night. You know, a lot of people had doubts, and we seriously just dominated Glendale. You know, you and I were still nervous in the third quarter because, you know, Glendale's just so high-powered and they can score at any time. But our defense just stepped up every time. It was almost like a repeat performance of West Plains on us. When we got inside the red zone 4 times on West Plains that one night, we didn't score it once because they just tightened up and went down with the screws. We did the same thing last week against Glendale, and I'm hoping we can get a similar performance tonight out of our defense. If we can play that kind of defense tonight that we have been in the last 3 weeks, and we can shut down this number 25 De La Cruz, we have a serious chance to win this game.
Well, we are 3-5 on the season, and the point totals. The Waynesville Tigers have now scored 192 points. They have allowed 214. That is only a few points compared to what it was after week 3. It was terrible.
Right.
I mean, you know, it was so lopsided. Total yards was terrible. Now, over the total yards, we have 2,083 total yards. Our opponents, 1,994. So we are leading in that category. Rushing on the year, we have over 1,500 yards, and we've allowed only 1,200 yards against us. We won't go into the passing, okay?
No, we won't.
Because the Camdenton game, that number 1 game where we got whipped.
Yeah, we did.
By Camdenton, 49-0, and they passed the ball all over the place. And we thought Glendale last week, they had a lot of passing yards. What really surprised me is the fact that all the 400 and almost 500 yards,
right,
they scored 14 points.
Right.
That's it.
That's incredible. I've never seen a game like that where you get 485 total and you only have 14 or 12 points on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but the reason is because of those 3 long pick sixes.
Oh yeah,
102 yards, 85 yards, and the 75-yard almost pick six. So I mean, they had marched the ball down there. They have racked up all them yards,
right,
and then we pick it off and go down the other way. And you know, the one thing that Coach Haynes did say last week is. Every time, and you know this as a coach, when you turn the ball over and the team, the next play, sticks 6 on the board, that just blows your toes off.
Right.
I mean, you might as well shoot yourself in the foot and blow the whole ankle off.
Right, yeah, and especially if you get a big turnover like that, you want to go for the show because, you know, you can put the dagger in the heart right there. And we kind of did that with those pick sixes last week. When Malik returned that 102, they were like, okay, you know, that's been done against us before as far as a pick six. Maybe not 102. That might be a state record this year. But when A.J. picked off that ball on the 15 and he ran it back 85 yards, that was kind of the dagger. And I think, you know, we've got to get a big play. You and I were talking on the way down. We need to get a big play. We've been a series of big plays the last 4 weeks, and we feed off those big plays. So, to me, tonight, we need one of those big plays. And we are a big play offense. We are a big play team. So, I could see us getting turnovers, a big touchdown. Even our special teams has been playing really well. So, maybe we can get one in there, too.
We'll take a break. We'll talk about this Glendale team when we come back. Our pregame brought to you by TC Towing, Arby's of St. Robert and Rolla, and Air Serv Heating and Air. Back in a moment.
Batteries and sluggish engines make for tough travel. That's when TC Towing in Waynesville comes calling. They offer towing for about any vehicle on the road, but you may not know they also offer minor automotive repairs with certified technicians trained on today's cars, trucks, and SUVs. Towing and transport service from one side of town to the other or out of state. Whatever the customer needs, and they accept all major credit cards. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Towing, transport, and a garage for repair service. Call TC Towing on Historic Route 66 in Waynesville at 528-0796. A small-town business helping out in a big-time way.
When you're feeling hungry, you don't want to mess around with a quarter-pound meat sandwich. Instead, eat one of Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. 8 ounces of thinly sliced, tender roast beef. And if you really want a quarter pound of beef, that's cool. Just eat half of a half-pound roast beef sandwich. Introducing Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Quality and honesty are two values customers want and businesses must have. Air Serv Heating and Air Conditioning of Waynesville has those values and offers much more. Locally owned and operated, they're your neighbors with finance options and free estimates so you'll know the cost before they start. Air Serv is your comfort company, servicing all brands so you're ready for the season. Call 774-7805. You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Well, the Tigers a little bit late coming out of the locker room, and the Parkview Vikings, they are already at midfield. The Tigers just coming out of the locker room and meeting them there. And did I just see a yellow flag get picked up?
Yep, you sure did. I think we're going to get a delay call because we were out after we got about 2 3/4 minute, 2:45, and we have to be out by 3.
Well, we were over there waiting for Parkview to get done walking out. And, you know, this is senior night, and we waited for them to all come out on the field and get their ceremonies done.
Right.
And, again, a little bit late for the Waynesville Tigers. So we're going to start probably with, is that a 5 or is that a 15-yard penalty?
I'm not really sure.
Well,
I want to say 15, but I'm not for sure.
We're going to find out. The Parkview Vikings basically use 2 running backs, Blake Delacruz and Jevin Huddleston. Those are going to be the 2 that we're going to be talking a lot about, and their quarterback, Trevor Boyce. Boyce is throwing for 873 yards. Well, actually, he's throwing for 855. The other 18 belong to Delacruz on probably most likely a quarterback toss. They average about 109 yards a game through the air, but rushing, over almost 3,000 yards rushing for this Viking team. Delacruz himself has almost 1,500 and almost a little over 800 for Huddleston. So number 25 and number 34 are the numbers we're going to be watching tonight.
Right, 85% of the time they're running the ball. So, yeah, they're a run offense, which means, you know, they're a control offense, too. That they run a control game. They're trying to control the clock and make the drives last a long time. And it looks like that we have deferred. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, yeah, a strictly a heavy run offense, a one-back spread offense, a very tall line, not necessarily a very big line that we saw in pregame, but a very tall line and probably pretty athletic as well.
So our coin toss brought to you by Security Banks of Pulaski County. Toss your coins in Security Banks and watch your money grow. Parkview has won the toss. They have deferred, and the Waynesville Tigers will get the ball on offense as we start this football game. Now, where they kick it from remains to be seen because of the penalty for the Waynesville Tigers getting out of the locker room just a little bit late. The Tiger captains are Kevin Poinsett along with Shane Butler Lawson, and I think the other one of the other ones out there for the Tigers was Anthony Bledsoe, and I'm not sure who the other one was.
Nope, didn't see him.
They walked over, they got over to the sidelines a little bit quicker because I'm sure that Coach Joe Haynes, after coming out of that locker room a little late, he's got some urgency right now with this Tiger team.
Right. Yep, and here comes our kickoff return. They're setting up on the 50 like they normally would. But I think they're going to have to move.
Well, let's see where they're going to put this ball. They are going to spot it. Normally, they boot it away from the 25-yard line, and they are going to spot it at the 40. So a 15-yard penalty for the Waynesville Tigers opens up this football game. Make it a 45 is where they're going to kick it from.
Usually kick it from the 40, Marv. It just
okay,
is a
you're right. Okay, it's just a 5-yard penalty.
It's just a 5-yard penalty. So, all right. No harm, no foul on that.
And kicking it away for the Vikings is going to be Blake George. He is one of the seniors. They had a ton of seniors on this football team.
Yeah, they sure did. We got a single back there, Sheen.
He's standing at the 10-yard line, and he will get the ball at around the 14, and he will run to the left, and he will find a little bit of running room to the 40, and he's carrying people with him, and he is brought down around the 39-yard line. They say is where his knee went down. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers at their own 39-yard line as we begin week number 9 and the last week of the regular season.
Waynesville ready to go on the line right away.
Mike Lewis, quarterback for the Tigers, 1 to the right, 2 to the left, and Shane Butler-Lawson is the lone setback in the backfield.
We got a 3-front set by Parkview.
This team it mirrors the Waynesville Tigers an awful lot.
4-front.
We're going to see quite a bit of, again, what we do, they do. So neither one of these defenses should be surprised if they play each other in practice. Deuce is left, Deuce is right now. Michael Cassidy sets up in the slot position. Snap to Lewis, back to throw. Across the middle, pass is a little short to Kevin Poinsett. It rolls incomplete. Our second down now and 10 for the Tigers.
But I did like how Mr. Lewis looked off. He looked out to his screen first, and then he went right back to the slant there. It's a little underthrown, but that's a good way to see how they're reading right off the bat. So that's good for the box.
And Poinsett was ahead of his receiver, about his defender, by about 2 steps. A good pass, and that could go for a lot of yardage.
Sure could have.
Brings up a second down now and 10. Poinsett goes in motion. Double set backfield. Here's the handoff to Butler-Lawson. Goes to the outside now. Cuts it back to the middle. He breaks a tackle. He breaks 2. Down the sideline he goes. Gets knocked out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Maybe the 28. Let's see. Or maybe the, 28. Let's see where the referee spotted. Tigers pick up their first down of this football game. Good run by Butler-Lawson. A good block up front by the Waynesville Tiger offensive line.
Not a bad way to start for Sheen. 31 yards on his first carry.
They spotted at the 29-yard line, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Waynesville at the Parkview 29. Butler-Lawson alone set back in the backfield. Michael Lewis will work under center. No, Lewis is gone. It's the Wildcat. Butler-Lawson back there by himself. I was looking for Lewis. Cassidy goes in motion. It's going to be Butler-Lawson right up the middle. Parkview read that pretty well, but Lawson still gains 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, sure did. Good 4-yard gain for Sheen on that.
I'll take that on 1st down anytime.
You betcha.
Second down now and 6. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line of the Vikings.
Back to the regular set of a spread look with a 1-back set.
Lining up wide to the left is Jalen Andrews. Wide right is going to be Bledsoe.
Excuse me, we got an A set, double tight.
In motion. And a pitch back to Lawson. Up the middle he goes. He'll pick up the 1st down inside the 20-yard line, down to about the 16, and that's 2 more than he needed for a 1st down. They'll move the chains again, and the Waynesville Tigers pick up 4 more chances.
And I'll tell you what, moving it pretty well, too.
They just threw a...
No, it's a towel.
Okay, I was going to say, are they throwing the referees? They throw the referee's yellow flag around. That is going to cost somebody some yardage. Yeah. But that's one of the towels, one of the pink towels Tigers are using for breast cancer awareness. Andrews goes in motion. Lewis takes the snap, and a quick trip on the reverse for the Tigers in the hands of, that is
Garland?
Cavalier. Cameron Cavalier around the corner inside the 20-yard line, inside the 15, down to the 13. That's going to be a pickup of about 4 on the play.
One thing about Coach Hayes, you never know who he's going to use.
That's what I like about watching this Tiger team, and that's what I like about watching the Kansas City Chiefs this year. They're pretty much the same. You just never know who's going to get the ball. Tigers again out of the Wildcat. with Shane Butler-Lawson in the backfield by himself. He'll take the snap. He'll roll to the outside, and there's one tackler. He dodges that, and he meets another one head-on right at the 5-yard line, gets knocked out of bounds, but he will pick up another Tiger first down at the 5.
Did he get him to the 5 or did he get him to the 6?
Oh, he might have. I guess they got knocked out of bounds at the 6, so is that going to be a first down?
Awful close.
Yes, it is. All right, they have given him the first down, so it's first and goal to go for the Waynesville Tigers again at the 6-yard line. Lewis back into as quarterback for the Tigers. Butler-Lawson in the backfield as the lone setback. In motion. And handoff goes to Butler-Lawson inside the 5 to the 4. He'll pick up a couple of yards on the play. We'll probably give him 3 on that one. Well, no.
No, 1.
1. Are you kidding me? Okay, they moved that ball. I thought he was down at least to the 3, but they moved the ball back to the 5. Second and goal to go for the Tigers at the 5-yard line. They've got it 4 on the scoreboard.
Now they're in this flex bone.
And again, it is the quarterback. This is Aaron Imperato. He'll hand off to Lawson. Up the middle he goes. Butler-Lawson gets down to the 1-yard line. Doesn't get in the end zone as Imperato comes in at the quarterback position for the Waynesville Tigers.
Well, third and goal here. I'd say we're 4 down territory, wouldn't you?
Oh, I would say so. And this early in the game, I don't think Coach Haynes would be attempting a field goal. I'm pretty sure that from here on out, we're going to see if we can pound this thing right down their throat. In motion. And there's Andrews, and back into the quarterback position is Imperato, goes to the outside, and he will dive to the corner of the end zone, in the end zone for a touchdown. Aaron Imperato from the 1, and the Waynesville Tigers are on the board. I wasn't real sure whether he was going to make that corner.
Me neither, but he sure did.
So a 1-yard run by Imperato with 8:36 left to go here. The Tigers take the opening drive down the field and stick it into the end zone for 6, and in to kick the extra point for the Tigers is going to be Peterson. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0. Tigers on top. They kick off when we come back.
I'm Mike Hedrick, the Pulaski County probate judge. I handle many types of cases as judge, but no case is more important than those involving abused and neglected children. My job as juvenile judge, along with our juvenile office, children's division, guardian ad litems, and CASA volunteers whom I help reintroduce into the Pulaski County court system, is to find a better life for those most vulnerable to situations beyond their control and with little say in their well-being. My purpose is to assure every child is given the same chance in life I had growing up in Pulaski County. I ask for your vote again for Mike Hedrick, Pulaski County probate judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect Michael Hedrick, Brandon Bales, treasurer.
King Auto Glass, certified pros working hard for you. We'll fix it right, we'll come to you free, and we'll give you a lifetime guarantee. We've been around for 3 generations, doing our best work every day. Auto Glass is our only business, not a sideline. King Auto Glass.
Waynesville Tigers take the opening drive from their 39-yard line all the way down into the end zone for a touchdown. Aaron Imperato on a 1-yard run. And Christian Peterson, the extra point. It's 7-0 Tigers. Aaron Choi getting ready to boot it away from his 40, and he sends it down the field. Fielded at the 15-yard line and dropped momentarily. Still with his hands on the football is the Parkview Viking returner. That is Ethan Towns Jordan. He makes it to about the 25-yard line before the Tigers just reach up and grab him.
Yeah, good special teams work again by the Tigers on that. We've had good coverage all year long.
Yeah, the special teams work for this Waynesville Tiger team has been pretty good this year. We don't talk enough about that.
Yeah, and, that's a big part of the game, too. You can win or lose games just by your special teams, and they have not hurt us this year.
No, you're right. We haven't seen much in the way of field goal attempts by Aaron Choi. The one we did kick, we took away because Coach Haynes thought he could get a touchdown, but no, that didn't work out real well. Here is the pitch, and this one goes to Huddleston, and he is off a left tackle and up the middle. He cuts it back. He gets past the 35 to about the 38-yard line, and he will pick up a first down on his first carry, Jevin Huddleston.
Yeah, they had him starting in the backfield. They had De La Cruz starting on the wing there, give him a little different look. But that was a pretty impressive drive, like right there. And now they have them both switched. Now they've got Huddleston in the slot, and they've got De La Cruz in the backfield.
And their quarterback, Trevor Boyce, works under center. Huddleston goes in motion. De La Cruz gets the toss. He's got Huddleston out in front of him as a blocker. One missed tackle in the back by the Tigers, and they wrap him up right around the 40-yard line, make it a 41. It'll be a gain of about 3 on the play.
Yeah, pretty good pursuit like that right there. We had a guy in the backfield right away and had to make him bounce and gave us time to get lateral and get him out of there.
So gain of 3, second down now, and 7 for the Parkview Vikings. They are at their own 41-yard line. Again, the Tiger D-backs, they've got Malik Hopper back in the safety position for the Waynesville Tigers, and he is a popper.
Now they've got an empty look.
Boyce all alone in the backfield.
And
Now
yep.
De La Cruz goes in motion, and here's a quick pitch, a little shuttle pass to Huddleston, but we have a flag on the play over on the sidelines, and it looks like it is going to be either offside on the Tigers or motion, and it is going to be offside on the Tigers. 5-yard penalty. That is 10 yards in penalties for the Tigers. They're first. That brings up a 2nd and 5. Oh, you hate giving teams 2nd and 5.
No,
or 1st and 5, actually.
Yeah, actually. But it's going to be 2nd and 4.
Well, it's good, right. It's going to be, yeah.
Now, when they go to that empty look, don't automatically think, if you guys are listening on the radio, that they're going to throw, because those are run sets for them. And De La Cruz is in the backfield with a spread set.
Ball at the 46-yard line. As Shane just said, De La Cruz alone set back, and he will take the handoff. Up the middle he goes. Got some good blocking in front of him, but a good grab by Ian Williams of the Waynesville Tigers. He climbed over the back and grabbed De La Cruz, but not before De La Cruz picks up the first down in Tiger territory at the Waynesville 45-yard line.
Yeah, they kind of ran a little inside trap right there, and it did real well about, giving him sight. And when he has a north and south type of attitude. He doesn't really cut a lot. He just runs straight up at you.
So the ball at the Waynesville Tiger 45. Again, Boyce works out of the pistol formation. De La Cruz to his right. And De La Cruz will get the handoff, and he will go to the outside, cut it back up the middle. He'll gain 5 on the play, down to the 40-yard line for the Waynesville Tigers. If the kid picks up 5 yards every time he carries the ball, it's going to be a long night for this Tiger defense.
Yeah, it certainly will. Yes, sir.
So he'll get 5, and the ball placed at the 40, 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Tigers on top, 7-0. 6:25 left to go in the opening quarter. Tigers took their opening drive from their 39 all the way into the end zone.
Got an empty set here.
Back to throw is Boyce, throws it out to the outside, and the pass is caught by De La Cruz. They knock him out of bounds before he gets to the first down marker. He's going to pick up 4. It is going to be 3rd down and short.
Yeah, it looks like the De La Cruz short, doesn't it? I mean, now they put him out there in the slot, and they threw the screen to him. And now with the 3rd and short, they're in 4-down territory. So De La Cruz is in the back. He's in that tall look. No, he's off to the left side now.
Deuces left, 1 to the right. Boyce works out of the pistol formation. Now he goes under center. And he will hand the ball off to De La Cruz. The Tigers, I thought they had him in the backfield. He got loose. He sidestepped one of the tacklers of the Tigers and picks up the first down and gets a couple more on top of that. He was in the linebacker area before anybody knew it.
Right. He just found that little hole, and he dove through it and got 2 good yards. That's all he needed.
So at 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They are now at the Waynesville Tiger 33-yard line. 5:55 left to go. Opening quarter. Waynesville on top, 7-0. Again, in motion is Huddleston. He'll fake the pitch to Huddleston, give it to De La Cruz, and the Tigers grab him in the backfield. And getting up off the bottom of that pile, let's see if we can pick up a number. And I can't.
81?
That would be Jacob York.
That was a loss of 2.
That will be the first loss of the night for the Parkview Vikings.
Yeah, De La Cruz averages 8.9 a carry. So
2nd down now and 12. De La Cruz in motion. Here's a pitch pass to Huddleston. He goes to the outside. Ian Williams missed him and forced him close to the sidelines before the Waynesville Tigers popped him out of bounds. It's still going to be a gain of about 3 on the play by Huddleston. They'll mark that at the 30-yard line. Brings up, no, they're going to mark it back at the 31. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
But like we said before, Marv, at this point, this point in the field, it's probably a 4-down territory type.
A.J. Martin on the defensive end position. He'll watch Huddleston. They'll get the fake to Huddleston. And now out of the Wildcat, De La Cruz goes up the middle down to the 25-yard line, and he will pick up, did he get? No, he did not get the first down.
No, he got
They are
6.
going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. But again, the ball spotted at the 25-yard line. 4th and 2 for the Vikings. And now a decision for Coach Ben Doherty.
No decision. He's going.
You bet. He is going to, no doubt, give it to number 25, who is the lone setback in the backfield. Under center goes Boyce, and we're going to have movement on the line of scrimmage. Illegal procedure. Good. Illegal procedure. They moved on the line of scrimmage. The Parkview Vikings. That will back them up 5 yards. And instead of 4th and 2, it is going to be 4th and 7. And now, still in 4-down territory, though, Shane.
Yeah.
You are still at your own, at your other opponent's 31-yard line.
Right, yeah, you're looking at it, they've been running out of their empty set. They haven't thrown yet. They throw it 15% of the time. This might be one of those times that they're going to throw.
So the quarterback is Trevor Boyce. He'll work out of the shotgun. He has De La Cruz as the lone setback. Deuces right, Deuces left. He will throw, and this one is going to be overthrown, and we are going to have a pass interference call. That was intended for Ty Townsend. Well, I don't think that's Ty Townsend. That is Tyrone Newbern, the 6'3" wideout. He was spun around by one of the Tigers, and we're going to get a pass interference call.
Yeah, that was pretty blatant, too. There's no question on that one.
That will pick up a Parkview first down. They will move this from the line of scrimmage, which is the 31, and march off the 10 yards and bring the ball all the way down to the 21, make it 15 yards, and down to the 16-yard line. So a 15-yard penalty for the Waynesville Tigers on the pass interference. Tigers' 3rd penalty of the game. That will be another first down for Parkview and another set of downs. And now they are in the Tiger red zone at the Waynesville 16.
And a flex bone look for them, too.
And here is a quarterback, Boyce. He'll take it to the outside. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle at the 5 and gets knocked out of bounds at about the 3 or 4 yard line. Let's see where they mark it. Maurice Fiame made the hit to knock him out of bounds to save the touchdown.
That was Huddleston, correct?
No, I think that was the quarterback, Trevor Boyce, on the carry for the Parkview Vikings. Nope, that was not number 3. You're right. That was okay. I'll take that back. That was Huddleston.
Okay.
So 1st and goal for the Vikings as they get the ball inside the Waynesville Tiger 5-yard line. It's down at the 3. And here is De La Cruz. He will go up the middle and into the end zone for the touchdown. And the Vikings are 1 point away from tying this game up. So Jake the Snake De La Cruz from the 1. Or actually, was it the 3-yard line?
The 3-yard line, okay. Yes, sir. What's interesting about this game for us so far is we're under 4 minutes in the first quarter. And each team's had the ball once. That's something different for us.
Yeah,
so
we there have been some sustained drives.
Yeah.
So
going
now
for 2.
They are going for a 2-point conversion. De La Cruz works as the Wildcat. He will take a low snap. He will go up the middle, and the Tigers grab him, and they keep him out of the end zone. So the 2-point conversion at this point in time fails. Did they stop him?
Yes, they
no
did.
indication from the referee, so the 2-point is no good. The Waynesville Tigers on top by the score of 7-6. They lead by 1. Tigers get the ball when we come back.
Park University offers associate and bachelor degree programs at their Fort Wood Campus Center. Additional degree programs are available entirely online. Courses can be completed in 8-week sessions rather than the traditional 16-week semester. Sessions start 5 times a year, giving you multiple entry points. Park also offers additional graduate and certificate programs online. Military and civilians are welcome. Application fees are waived for military personnel. Park accepts VA benefits, tuition assistance, financial aid, and payment plans are available. Park University, a regionally accredited non-profit university. Save time, save money, accelerate your education. 329-2798 or go online, park.edu/go, Leonard Wood.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank and your grandfather drank.
When I was your age, we were.
This is the Pepsi that your Uncle Ted drank when rock sounded like this. This is the Pepsi for American pastimes. Whether you're tailgating at a speedway or courtside watching your favorite player make a breakaway,
He scored!
this is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
Ball is drilled on the ground, picked up by Sheen. Butler Lawson at the 20-yard line. He'll cut it to the outside. He gets hit and popped out of bounds. He was at the 30, but he got hit back to the 29. Let's see, did he get back to the 30 when he stepped out of bounds? He did. So a gain of about 10 yards on the return for Sheen Butler Lawson. There was no error in that kick whatsoever.
No, I don't think that they wanted Sheen to get it. He did, but they still had pretty good coverage. And we didn't get a whole lot of good blocking on that one that time.
So it will be 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers at their 30-yard line. Tigers on top, 7-6. We have 3:46 left to go here in the opening quarter. This is week number 9. Again, if the Tigers can pull off a win here and go to 4-6 on the season, or actually 4-5 on the season, they will get themselves a first-round bye and a home district game in the first round. Michael Lewis at the quarterback. He'll take it, fires a little flare pass to the outside. It is blocked at the line of scrimmage. One thing about this Parkview team, and we had talked about this prior to, they are pretty tall. They're not very wide, but they do have some height. They've got a couple of 6'2", 6'3", and 6'5" kids on that line of scrimmage. And again, when that ball goes up in the air, Paul Feeney was a 6'5" kid who knocked that thing down. And then they've got Jonathan Franklin over there at about 6'3". Lewis back to throw. He's deep, throws this across the middle, and it was intended that time for Josh Ash, but that was thrown a little bit behind Ash, incomplete. It goes, so it's 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Right, yeah, he was off. He's off just a little bit right now, but he'll get it going. Pretty standard zone coverage right there by Parkview. Looks a little more like man here.
The problem with throwing on first down, if you don't make it, you kind of put yourself in a hole. And the Tigers looking at a 3rd and 10 right now. And to the outside on the keeper for the Waynesville Tigers, and he'll get about 4 yards on the play, is going to be Deron Anderson. The Tigers are going to bring their punting unit on. That did not go for enough for the Tigers to warrant a 4th down attempt. That was about a 5-yard gain on the play, so it brings the ball up to the Waynesville 35-yard line. Aaron Choi comes into the game, and he will boot the ball away to the Parkview Vikings with 3:34 left to go here in the opening quarter. Tigers on top by the score of 7-6. Choi will stand back at his 22. He will take the snap. Here come the Vikings. He gets a good kick away, and this is going to be a good Waynesville bounce. It is fielded at the 25-yard line by the Vikings, and cutting to the outside with some running room is Ethan Jordan Towns, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds in Tiger territory at the Waynesville 47-yard line. Pretty good return by Towns.
Yeah, he got his right side, got a good wall on the right side, took it out, and then Choi slowed him down, and I think that was 81.
That would be Jacob York. On the pop, knocking him out of bounds. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They are in Waynesville Tiger territory at the Waynesville 47-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Vikes. They trail by 1, 7-6. 3:18 left to go. I'd like to see a
Wildcat look.
Tiger defense stop right here.
Wildcat look for De La Cruz is at the quarterback.
He'll take the snap, and he'll fake the handoff, and he'll go up the middle, but going absolutely nowhere. Good tackle that time. That's Huddleston on the carry for the Vikings, and on the tackle that time is Ian Williams for the Tigers.
Good to see him back.
And he's a corner.
Yeah.
Well, of course, our cornerbacks are also linebackers, and our linebackers are also corners.
Well, he's turned himself into a good linebacker this year.
Yes, he certainly is. Gain of only 1 on the play. Second down now, and 9.
Now they're back to the regular set.
Back into the game as Boyce works out of the shotgun formation. De La Cruz will get the handoff, fakes left, goes right up the middle, and still on his feet all the way down to the Tiger 35-yard line. That's good for another first down for the Vikings. Gain of about 10 on the play.
Yeah, he just got a good drive on that. He's got that step back cut that he's looking at. You know, he kind of forces the defense left and then he'll cut back right.
And the offensive line is making some holes for him.
Yeah, they are.
So it's 1st and 10 for Parkview. They are on the Waynesville Tiger 36-yard line. Here is the snap. Boyce back to throw, and he'll throw this one deep, and the Tiger defender fell down and into the end zone. Untouched is Tyrone Newbern as he caught that ball at the 10-yard line, and the Waynesville Tiger defender fell down on the play. And I'm not sure who that was on the opposite side. Was that Poinsett?
Yeah, Poinsett just lost his footing and tripped, and all he had to do was catch it. Quarterback threw a pretty good ball.
So a 31-yard touchdown strike. And the Parkview Vikings have just jumped into the lead, 12-7. And now they will go for the 2-point conversion again.
And they've got this Wildcat set with De La Cruz back there again.
So De La Cruz again, the lone running back in the backfield. He fakes the handoff, and no, he gives the handoff to Huddleston, and Huddleston goes into the end zone pretty much untouched. So the 2-point conversion works, and it is 14-7. The Vikings on top of the Waynesville Tigers. Tigers get the ball when we return in a minute.
Real estate made easy with Team Ellis at RE/MAX. Lisa Ellis has been selling real estate in the Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Wood area for over 20 years. She knows the area as well as anyone in real estate, and with the revolving doors in a military market, Team Ellis at RE/MAX stays on top of their game, and that in turn helps you out, the buyer or seller. Contact Team Ellis at 320 Eichard Avenue in the Townfield Plaza, Suite X, behind McDonald's in Waynesville. Call the office at 774-2653 or her cell at 528-4353. Lisa Ellis, your RE/MAX professional realtor. Colleges are notorious for charging fees, application fees, book fees, technology fees, graduation fees. Well, you get the point. At Columbia College, we came up with a better way. No fees, no book costs, and no surprises. That's the truth. We call it Truition. Learn more at fortwood.ccis.edu. That's fortwood.ccis.edu.
Well, we're back, and we've got a loose ball, and the ball is in the hands of the Parkview Vikings, and they have recovered the kick at the 25-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. That one did not go well for Waynesville. Kenyon Keeber was the one who picked up that bouncing ball, and again, Parkview, it wasn't really an onside kick, was it?
Well, yeah, it kind of was, you know, and I think there was more. I mean, it's not your true onside, but he tried to get it end over end. It took a great big hop like it's supposed to, right into the hands of the Parkview Vikings.
So that will go as a Waynesville Tiger turnover, and Parkview now has the ball, and they are on the Waynesville Tiger 20-yard. Actually, let's see, they're going to spot this thing at the 23-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for Parkview. Again, on the, we will call it an onside kick. It was, like Shane said, it wasn't the traditional onside kick. Boyce back to throw, and he'll go for the coffin corner, and the ball is caught again by Tyrone Newbern, and the Waynesville Tigers, there's a penalty flag on the play, and I think this is going to be pass interference on the Tigers, or are they going to give it to pass interference on the Vikings?
They might call it on them.
Pass interference, it is. It is offensive pass interference on the Parkview Vikings. They pushed off, which is why Newbern was able to catch that ball pretty much over the top of the head of Kevin Poinsett. So that will back up the Vikings. They will move this thing all the way back to around the 40-yard line. We'll call it the 38 is where they'll spot it. That is a 15-yard penalty.
Good for us.
Good for us is right. So now the Vikes are back at the Waynesville Tiger 38-yard line rather than on the Waynesville Tiger 22.
Now we've got to stop this running game.
23. That's the key. Stop this running game, and, of course, nobody else has been able to do it. Here is Huddleston. He'll get the handoff, goes to the outside. He's got Dela Cruz in front blocking. He gets down to the 30, inside the 30 to the 29-yard line before the Waynesville Tigers able to wrap him up. So he'll get about, maybe 9 the 15 yards back. So it's going to bring up a second down now and about 16 for the Parkview Vikings. Still inside the Tiger 30-yard line at the 29. Vikings on top 14-7, minute and a half left to go in the opening quarter.
Yeah, it doesn't. They're really getting outside awful quick on us tonight. I don't know if we're a step slow or if they're just that fast.
And here is Dela Cruz. He will find a hole up the middle, and he is going to go into the end zone. My goodness, that young man has some speed.
Yes, he does.
He found a hole and shot the gap into the end zone from the 29. So Dela Cruz is in from the 29, and the Vikings now have a 20-7 lead over the Waynesville Tigers. And that was after the onside kick. So minute 20 left to go here in the opening quarter, and the Vikings have put 3 touchdowns on the board already.
I guess they don't have a extra point team because they have gone for 3 or 2 every time.
And they're doing it again with Boyce coming into the game. Again, nobody in the backfield. Now Dela Cruz goes in the backfield, and the quarterback will keep it. He'll try to get into the end zone, and he will be cut shy at the 1-yard line. So the 2-point is no good. It remains 20-7. Parkview on top of the Waynesville Tigers.
Oh no, they called it. They called the 2-point conversion good.
Okay, well, one referee, I didn't see the referee over here on the left side. The one on the right-hand side was standing at the 1-yard line. He called it no good. So the referee on the far side of the field has overruled the other. And now the referees are going to have a little powwow.
I didn't think he made it.
I didn't think he made it either.
And the umpire, the guy in the backfield, he made the call.
So did they give it to him? Yes, they did. So the 2-point conversion is good, makes it a 22-7 lead. We'll get the kickoff. Tigers get the ball when we return.
I'm here in the middle of the beautiful Ozarks.
I'm in one of the most exciting phases of my life.
But it's definitely time to relocate to a place of my own.
Somewhere I can power nap in peace.
Where I can have my buddies over anytime I want.
Somewhere close to where I need to be when I need to be there.
I wonder what my housing options are.
Alford Beatty Communities offers move-in ready 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in both single-family and townhome styles. Located at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, our residents enjoy a secure and comfortable hometown environment with the convenience of 24-hour maintenance, lawn care services, and community events. For more information, call Balfour Beatty today at 573-329-1013.
We're back here. A.J. Martin returns the kick for about 7 yards before he is wrapped up at the Waynesville Tiger 37-yard line. So the Tigers putting it in play on offense, 1st and 10 on their own 37-yard line, trailing in this 22-7. You don't want to get too far behind these Vikings.
No. Good time to put another drive together here.
Hand off to Butler Lawson. He goes over to the left side and finds his way a little bit of room, maybe for about a yard on the play. They grabbed him by his helmet, not the face mask, but by the helmet, and brought him down. He stuck that head down trying to plow his way through, and he got one. That was about it.
Yeah, got to sustain a block there. He didn't have anybody out in front of him, and we ran away from one of them. We got to sustain a block on that.
So it is 2nd down now and 9 for the Tigers. In motion and movement on the line of scrimmage. And here is This is Andrews with the ball. Jalen Andrews reverses his field, and he is going to pick up about 7 yards on the play. Don't think he got much more than that. He might not have got 7 on that. He ran backwards, and they stopped him. So he will pick up, I guess, about 5. It's going to bring up a third and about a long 3 for the Waynesville Tigers. So Jalen Andrews on the end around that time. He went to the outside and then cut it back to the middle.
Go ahead.
Not a lot of room to run that time.
No, absolutely not.
Andrews goes in motion. Again, Lewis working under center. He'll keep it, roll to the outside. A little flare pass. The pass is caught and knocked out of bounds. We are going to be short. The pass is caught by Sergio Carrillo at the 40-yard line. Sergio took a heck of a hit. Got knocked out of bounds, but it brings up a 4th down now and 3 for the Tigers. Are we gamblers? That's the end of the first quarter. We'll find out when we come back. Parkview 22, Tigers 7. Waynesville looking at a 4th and about 2.5 when we return.
Quality and honesty are 2 values customers want and businesses must have. AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning of Waynesville has those values and offers much more. Locally owned and operated, they're your neighbors with finance options and free estimates so you'll know the cost before they start. AirServe is your comfort company, servicing all brands so you're ready for the season. Call 774-7805.
For over 40 years, Made Right in Rolla has been satisfying customers with the best ground meat seasoned to perfection. At Made Right, the loose ground beef is simply too good to be called a patty. And the mouth-watering fried chicken, pulled pork, and steaming chili are a few of the menu items at Made Right. You won't go wrong when you pull into Made Right at 1028 Kings Highway in Rolla, because everything there is always made right.
Well, it's going to be 4th and 2 for the Waynesville Tigers. They are in their territory on their own 44-yard line, and they are going to go for it, trailing 22-7 here in the second quarter. Lewis works out of the backfield. He will take the snap, handoff to Butler Lawson. Shane Butler goes to the outside, and he is going to be knocked down at the 40-yard line. Great play that time by Ethan Jordan Towns. The Tigers could not get the block on the outside. That was Bledsoe. Bledsoe tried to block him, but if he hit him, Shane, he was going to get called for a block in the back.
Right.
As Towns got on the backside. And that was just a good play by Parkview, and they take the ball over.
You give Parkview credit on that. That corner played that just like textbook right there. And, he knew that he got out in front of him so he couldn't get a block in the back, and he played it textbook.
So Parkview takes over. 1st and 10 on the Waynesville Tiger 40-yard line, leading this 22-7. Boyce, the quarterback, and Dela Cruz is the running back. And here is Huddleston in motion. He will take the handoff, goes to the outside, got some running room. He will pick up at least 5 on the play, turns, spins, slips, and he will, looks like, be down after a 6-yard gain on the play. They're going to spot this at the 34-yard line. So 2nd down and 4 now for the Vikes.
Pretty balanced between Huddleston and De La Cruz. They're using them back and forth inside, going with the jet sweep outside.
Yeah, and those are pretty much, I thought those are the only 2 the Tigers would have to stop. But Tyrone Newbern has turned out to be a pretty good little receiver. Actually, not a little one. At about 6'5", he's a pretty good receiver and a tall one. We have got a flag on the play in front of the Parkview dugout. I think it's going to be against the Tigers. Did they line up offside? Yes. 30 yards now with penalties for the Tigers. That is their 4th. And that will move them 5 yards. If they move them 5 yards from the spot, that's going to be a 1st down. So the ball is spotted at the 34. That goes inside the 30 down to the 29. They needed to get to the 30 for a 1st down, so the Parkview Vikes have picked up their 7th 1st down of this football game compared to only 3 for the Waynesville Tigers, and the Vikings lead this 22-7, and they are threatening again.
Yeah, they've got De La Cruz at the back. Huddleston out to the wing.
Boyce is the quarterback, and he will take the snap. Works out of the pistol formation. They change the play on the over on the sidelines. De La Cruz now moves to the right, still takes the handoff, and he cuts it up the middle and then goes to the outside, and they tried to pop him. Malik Hopper tried to knock him down. De La Cruz stayed on his feet and goes into the end zone.
What balance did he show there?
Yeah, he certainly did. So a 29-yard touchdown run again by Dela Cruz. And again, you can't knock him down, Shane. You have to tackle him.
Yeah, you
and
can't
Malik Hopper tried to pop him that time, and Dela Cruz did not budge. He moved backwards, kept his balance, and turned that hit into a touchdown.
Yeah, Malik's been able to get away with a lot of the shoulder hits this year, but he just bounced off it and kept his legs moving, and that's probably one of the better balance runs I've seen all year, too.
2-point conversion again. Boyce back to throw, tosses it to the outside, and now a little a little flea flicker. The pass was high. Tyrone Newbern caught it, but when he came down, there were 3 Tigers right next to him, so he tried to lateral it back, and the 2-point ends up no good. So it's 28-7. The Vikes on top of the Tigers and starting to run away with this thing. We're back in a moment.
1911, the first Indianapolis 500 was run. IBM was incorporated. Groundbreaking began for the famed Fenway Park in Boston. The great communicator Ronald Reagan was born, and so was the Bank of Crocker. 107 years later, the Bank of Crocker is still going strong and has grown in more ways than one. They're still your full-service home-owned bank, but with today's latest technology, you can do your banking anywhere in the world and do it from a cell phone. And there's a few more branches on their family tree, with 4 locations in Crocker, Richland, Waynesville, and St. Robert. The Bank of Crocker, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
With the stress of life today, you owe yourself a good night's sleep. Hi, this is Katrina at Lynch's Furniture and Mattresses in St. Robert. A good night of sleep does wonders for yourself and everybody around you. So stop by and check out over 20 different Serta mattress sets, most in stock in twin, full, queen, and king sizes. The best part, queen-size Serta mattresses start at only $3.99. So for your sake and those around you, get a good night's sleep on a Serta mattress from Lynch's Furniture and Mattresses in St. Robert, or shop online at lynchesfurnitureandappliance.com.
Well, the Vikings are having their way with the Waynesville Tigers. Another onside kick, and this one goes to Bledsoe. He catches it right at the 45-yard line and is knocked back 2 yards the minute he caught the ball, but he held on to it. So the Waynesville Tigers have it in pretty decent field position on their own 44.
Well, we've got to get an offensive drive here established before the first half gets done, or this one might get away from us.
We need to stick it in the end zone, trailing right now, 28-7 is what we need to do. At least cut the score in half.
Yeah, they're kind of having their way with us offensively. So
yeah, our defense is not playing the way we have the last couple of weeks. But then again, you take a look at this offensive line for Parkview, and they are throwing the blocks, and they are getting Dela Cruz and Huddleston open.
And they're 2 awful good backs, too.
Yeah, and they are very good backs on top of that. Butler Lawson will take the handoff, and he will run into a couple of his blockers on the line of scrimmage and go maybe for a yard on the play. That time the blocking in front of him did not develop. The Parkview defense that time had their way with the offensive lineman for the Tigers, stood him up and sewed up the holes. There was nowhere for Lawson to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, you can – we heard before the game these guys won the city championship, and they're kind of proving why right now. Pretty balanced on both sides of the ball. Probably, like we said, 2 of the better backs we've seen this year as far as team backs. And we got to get something going offensively, like we've said.
Deuce is right, 1 to the left. Cassidy is in the slot, and in the backfield is Butler Lawson. He will take the fake. Back to throw is Lewis, and he is going to get wrapped up. He'll break away and get loose and throw this ball down the field. And no, there's not going to be any pass interference on that one.
Nope.
That one was overthrown. I thought maybe they might get pass interference on Towns on the Waynesville Tiger receiver, Cavalier, but again, the pass was well overthrown. So an incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 9 for the Tigers. The Tigers need to get bring up some 2nd and short.
Right.
And start moving these chains where these 3rd and longs are killing them. Lewis back to throw. He'll roll to the outside. He'll fire a BB. The pass is complete, but we're still 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down, and Jalen Andrews runs out of bounds. He gets run out of bounds, actually, right at midfield. So that's going to bring up a 4th down now and 4 for the Waynesville Tigers. And at this point in time, you're trailing 28-7. I really doubt whether Coach Joe Haynes is going to bring a kicking unit in.
Well, he hasn't all year on this, I don't see why he would now. He is consistent.
So 4th and 4, trips to the right, deuces to the left, empty backfield. with the exception of Lewis out of the shotgun. Little flare pass to the outside. The pass is caught, and a first down for the Waynesville Tigers, as that was Cassidy who caught the ball and made his way past the first down marker at the 45-yard line down. Well, right at the 45 is where they're going to mark it. So move the chains.
Good news right there. That's what we need to do.
Fourth first down of this game for the Tigers. They jumped on top 7-0, but now trail 28-7. We have 9.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Back to throw is Lewis, and he is going to be swamped in the backfield.
Oh, no.
1, 2, 3, 4 Vikings back there, and 1 Tiger, and that is the quarterback with the football. Where is the blocking up front?
No, it didn't happen, especially from our left side. They got that number 12, or the outside backer there, 87, is really kind of owning them. We got a personal foul, got a horse collar on Parkview.
So that will give the Tigers a first down. Well, maybe. It depends. The horse collar is back at the 50, and if they march this thing 15 yards, that'll put us close to a first down.
Right, and it should put us at a first down.
So they will mark this right at the 35-yard line, and will that move the sticks?
Yep, should.
It should. That will be the 5th first down of this contest, and yes, we get the indication from the referee, another first down on the horse collar tackle.
Now we're in a double tight. I may be unbalanced, Marv. We may be in an unbalanced look, but it looks like double tight.
1 right, 1 left. Deontay Garland in the slot, in motion now is Andrews. Back to throw is Lewis, and he'll throw across the field.
Throwback.
And in the hands of Sergio Carrillo, and Carrillo gets out of bounds. Did he pick up 10 on the play? He ran out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. Oh, he stepped out of bounds at the 29.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a second down now, and about 3.5, maybe 4. We'll call it 4. 2nd and 4 now for the Tigers. Trailing again 28-7, 9:19 left to go here. Tigers have the ball on the Parkview 29-yard line. Touchdown here. They need to stick this thing in the end zone. Here's Butler Lawson. He will go up the middle after he cuts it down to the 25, and that is going to be close to another first down for Waynesville.
I think it is. Yes, sir.
Indication from the referee is a first down for the Tigers. That is their 6th. Their 3rd first down of this drive, and this is what the Tigers needed to do, is sustain a drive and start putting the ball down the field and hopefully put some points on the board, trailing 28-7.
Yeah, that's exactly what we needed to respond with right here. A nice little sustained drive. The only thing we haven't done yet that we do need to do now is we need to put it in the end zone.
Little referee confrontation here with the side judge and the head referee. Going over to the sideline for the Waynesville Tigers is Deron Anderson talking to the head coach while the referees have a little powwow. And we are ready to go. 1st and 10 for Waynesville. Ball spotted at the 25-yard line of the Vikings. Here is the snap. Lewis back to throw. He'll flare this thing out to the outside. Pass is incomplete, intended for Emperado. That one was thrown behind him. So a second down now in 10. This is what...
Yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, this is just kills you.
Yep.
So now you're looking at 2nd and long.
But the one thing about it, Omar, if you get down to it, you know we're in 4-down territory. So
that's true.
You got 3 downs to get 10. And a little bit of running game. This one for sure. We're in the Wildcat. No, we're not. I'm sorry.
Lewis has the snap, fakes the handoff to Lawson. He'll tuck it, and he'll roll to the outside. He'll still keep it. Lewis cuts it to the outside at the 25-yard line. He'll run out of bounds at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Oh, well, maybe they gave him 2.
Looks like they gave him 2,
yep,
yeah.
They'll give him a couple. So 3rd and 8 now for the Tigers. So still a short gain. Oh, I think they've just taken one of those away.
They sure did.
They took them both away. Okay, so the referee, the yard marker on the opposite side of the field had him a gain of 2. When the referee spotted it, no, it's right back to the line of scrimmage where we thought it was to begin with. So it's 3rd down now and 10. Trips to the right, One to the left. Butler lost in the lone backfield, in the backfield, and he throws one out to the outside, and that one almost picked off by 6'3" Jonathan Franklin, leaping up in the air, and that was a pick six.
It certainly was.
If Franklin catches that ball, a little floater by Lawson, and it goes to the, by Lewis to Lawson, it goes to the outside, and that is going to bring in Aaron Choi for the Waynesville Tigers, and the Tigers are going to try a field goal. This is going to be a long one. 42-yard field goal attempt by Aaron Choi. See if the Tigers can draw him offside and get 5 yards closer. Lewis takes the snap. It's high. Here is the kick. It is up, and it is good over the uprights, barely, but a 42-yard field goal for Aaron Choi for the Waynesville Tigers. And they put some points on the board. I think we needed a touchdown, but we'll take a field goal here. Still 8:19 left to go. Now it's going to be up to the defense to come up and put a stop on this machine that the Parkview Vikings have in Dela Cruz and Huddleston. Back in a moment.
At Lindsay Chrysler Jeep Dodge in St. Robert, we're here to serve you with outstanding sales and service. Whatever your preference, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, along with access to Ford and Chevrolet, all under one roof. At Lindsay Chrysler Jeep Dodge, you'll also find the area's largest stock of used vehicles with over 300 to choose from, all clearly marked on windshields and online. See for yourself with a visit to Lindsay Chrysler Jeep Dodge, 909 Missouri Avenue, St. Robert, or online at lindsay-dodge-chrysler.com.
Well, the Waynesville Tigers will kick off. Aaron Choi will boot it away from the 40-yard line after Choi hits a 42-yard field goal.
It was a great kick.
That was impressive.
It was impressive, and that also sends a message for us down in districts too. That now we know that if we get to the 25, we can kick a field goal, because he didn't clear by much, but it doesn't take much.
It doesn't take much. All you got to do is get over the bar. Choi boots this thing down, and it is over the head of everybody. It's going to be fielded at the 1-yard line, and running into the end zone is Towns, Jordan Towns. And again, you can field it at the 1, but you cannot run into the end zone, and he did. And so they will bring it back out to the 20-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Vikings when they take the field. Both teams over on the sideline have a little powwow with their coaches. Tigers defense comes back on the field now.
Well, we've got to get a stop. We need a stop here.
Stop and a touchdown on the other end would be really helpful, especially before halftime.
Right.
But the key is, like you said, getting a stop. I mean, you could let them have a couple of first downs, but the bottom line is they cannot get into the end zone before halftime on you.
Well, that what we talked about last week on that bend and don't break.
Yeah. Boyce, the quarterback, and here's a counter play to Dela Cruz, the Waynesville Tigers. Again, they had him behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets 5 yards. How does this happen?
He's got a lot of drive in those legs, and those offensive linemen don't quit pushing either.
So they had him behind the line of scrimmage after the handoff, and he still picks up 5 on the play. All you saw was green shirts, and they were just pushing the white shirts of the Waynesville Tigers out of the way.
Right.
2nd down and 5 now. And this Dela Cruz is not big. He is not a big drink of water at all, but I'll tell you what, some powerful legs, and it's got some speed, and he breaks one, and he's all the way down to the 45-yard line of the Vikings. Again, a big first down. He will pick up 20 yards on that run alone.
Yeah, he's just hitting that off-tackle play. Boy, he hits it hard, hits it fast, and he's got deceptive speed. He's very quick.
Why are not we stacking him up in the box?
I think we are. We're trying to get our defensive ends out of just a little bit, trying to pinch him inside. Doesn't seem to be working.
So it's 1st and 10. Boyce back to throw, rolls to the right, throws the ball down the field, and Huddleston catches the ball and knocks the Waynesville Tiger defender out of the way. That is A.J. Martin, and into the end zone for the Vikings from the 45. That is a 55-yard touchdown catch to Huddleston.
Yeah, he got AJ turned a little bit too late on that one. Huddleston made a good catch.
He did.
AJ actually got a hand on it, and Huddleston made a good catch and stepped out of the tackle and went for 55 yards.
So the Tigers get burned again. This Parkview team, they've come to play.
Yes, they have.
You know, the thing of it is, I think they want to jump up in their district rankings as well. And the Waynesville Tigers, again, getting spanked here, 34-10, 2-point conversion. Huddleston out of the Wildcat. The Tigers wrap him up. Well, I'm not going to say anything until I get an indication from the referees.
They did make that one.
Well, he couldn't, He got knocked out back at around the 3-yard line. So the 2-point is no good. It is 34-10. The Vikings on top. We're coming back.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
Stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Well, the Waynesville Tigers will get another opportunity with the football before halftime. With 7:11 left to go here. But now they're trailing 34-10, a 24-point deficit after the 55-yard catch by Huddleston. That is Jevin Huddleston for the Parkview Vikings. Nice pass that time from their quarterback, Trevor Boyce. Had the Waynesville Tiger D-back, A.J. Martin, turned around, and here's an onside kick. And again, the Parkview Vikings grab the loose ball and get it down to the 15-yard, the 25-yard line. And grabbing the ball is Brenton Howard, but the ball comes loose. Waynesville says they have it on a fumble recovery. Any indication from the referee who has the football? I have no indication. Waynesville said they recovered the fumble after the Parkview Vikings recovered the onside kick. The ball will be at the 24-yard line. Who has it? That is the key.
Well, Parkview's bringing their offense out. Waynesville bringing their defense out. And they're giving it to Parkview.
And the indication is it's Parkview's ball. So another turnover by the Tigers, both onside kicks. So they are going to bring the ball back where they
don't think you can advance it.
Okay, where they grab the ball, and that was at the 39-yard line. So they cannot advance it. So it's still going to be Parkview's ball at the 41-yard line is where they finally grabbed it. But again, another onside kick recovery for the Parkview Vikings. They are not kicking it deep to the Tigers, and the Tigers are not doing a very good job up front on the kick return.
They're taking advantage of the holes that they see. You know, they just pick out the hole. They got two guys that can kick it. One guy kicks it one way, one guy kicks it the other, and then they take advantage of it.
And the Tigers are not prepared. So the specialty teams that we talked about that haven't hurt the Tigers all year long have cost them 2 onside kicks here in this first half of this football game. And both times, Parkview has recovered. The last time, they stuck it into the end zone. We'll see what happens this time. They're leading this 34-10 right now. And I'm not sure the referees know what's going on right now. All right, now they do. Now it's going to be Parkview ball. 1st and 10 at the Waynesville Tiger 41-yard line after the onside kick. Boyce back to throw, throws this down the field deep and overthrows his intended receiver, Newbern, on the coverage that time for the Waynesville Tigers. I thought that was Bledsoe, but I'm not sure.
I'm not really sure either.
Can't get him to turn around. Doesn't look like that's tall enough for Bledsoe.
No. Is it Kevin?
It might be Poinsett. No, that's not
Nope.
that's not number 11. That
88.
That is Bledsoe. That's number 88 for
Yep.
the Waynesville Tigers. All right, so it's 2nd down now at 10. Good coverage that time by Bledsoe. In motion is Huddleston. He takes the handoff, follows Dela Cruz to the outside. Got some running room, picks up the first down and then some inside the 30 down to the 25-yard line. Let's see, they're going to spot it at the 26. Wow. So another first down again. That's a jet sweep to the left that time, and Huddleston following Dela Cruz, who throws a couple of blocks. He's already got blockers in front of him for the offensive line, and they are just running rampant over this Tiger team here tonight.
And when he gets that ball, that jet sweep, he's in fourth gear already. I mean, he's at full speed when he gets that, and they run hard.
First and 10 for the Vikes. Here's Dela Cruz and cuts it up the middle. He is grabbed that time by Tim Brecht. That's the first time we have seen Brecht. He's been in tackles here, but mostly they've been on the other side of the line of scrimmage. This time it was behind the line of scrimmage. Brecht finally broke through and grabbed Dela Cruz for a loss of a half a yard on the play.
Right, Brecht finally got through and made Dela Cruz finally go down quickly.
Second down now and 11, 34-10. The Vikings on top of the Tigers. Dela Cruz with the ball. They grab him in the backfield again. He almost got loose. Making the initial hit that time for the Tigers
43
was Maximo Reyes along with Maurice Fiame. Fiame finished him off, but Maximo grabbed him initially. A loss of a 2 on the play. Third down now and 12. This is the Tiger defense we're used to seeing.
Right, and we're starting to, it seems like we've changed a little bit with our alignment and stuff, and we're sending the backers just a little bit more.
Third and 2.
Boy, he likes that
Boyce
fade,
back to throw, and he's got a receiver in the end zone. Touchdown. The Tigers get burned again. That time, Tyrone Newbern from the 30. So a team that runs the ball all the time has thrown a 31-yard touchdown strike, a 55-yard touchdown strike, and now another 30-yard touchdown strike.
Wow.
That makes it 40-10.
Right.
5:29 left to go here in the first half, and the Parkview Vikings are spanking the Waynesville Tigers here at JFK tonight.
Certainly are.
Team that you thought was going to run at you have put the ball in the air.
Showing some weapons tonight.
Dela Cruz on the 2-point conversion goes to the outside, and he'll walk into the end zone. So the 2-point is good. It is 42-10. We'll be back. Tigers get the ball again on the kickoff when we return.
Mailbox It of St. Robert is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Their team of dedicated, professionally trained experts understands the meaning of superstar customer care. They focus on saving you time and money by ensuring you get the right products and services at the right price. They can pack and ship almost anything to almost anywhere in the world, but shipping is only one way they can help make your life easier. They are also St. Robert's premier copy, print, and document service center. Large or small, black and white or color, it can be printed. Mailbox It can handle it. Mailbox It, one-stop shop for dozens of business products and services that will allow you to do what you're good at while they take care of the other stuff you need to succeed. You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert, and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
42-10, the Vikings are just whooping this Waynesville Tiger team here so far in this contest. Again, a team that primarily runs the football has went to the air attack and made it count. Another onside kick, and this one is grabbed by the Tigers. This is Carrillo, who wraps his arms around it, Sergio Carrillo, and the Tigers, again, grab it. Those 2 onside kicks are responsible for 14 of those points on the board.
Right. Yep. We talked about special teams being a part of it, and all year long, and tonight, they've done some of this onside kick and it got us misaligned and taken advantage of it.
So the Tigers offense comes back on the field now. Mike Lewis quarterbacking and Shane Butler Lawson in the backfield. Tigers got a mountain to climb here with trailing 42-10 to Parkview with 5:27 left to go in the first half. And Butler Lawson, the lone setback in the backfield. He reverses his field, and he cuts it. He's got some running room to the 50, to the 45. Down the sideline he goes, out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big gain that time for the Waynesville Tigers, and they will pick up a first down. No penalty flags on the play. And that's unusual considering how much of the field Butler Lawson reversed his field and started to go left, then went right. Normally you get a block in the back or you get a holding penalty.
Right, it had a 20-yard gain on it, probably ran 40.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 36-yard line of the Parkview Vikings. Emperado, the quarterback, hands off to Lawson. He'll follow some blockers, cuts to the outside, gets it inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. He'll gain 8 on the play. Makes a second down now and 2 for the Tigers. Again, little production that time with Emperado in at quarterback. Lewis comes back in for the Tigers.
With that bounce outside those last 2 plays, we've gotten some daylight running.
Into the game now for the Tigers is Deron Anderson in the backfield. And Parkview jumps offside. And that will give the Tigers a first down if it is offside on the Vikes.
It is.
There is the indication from the referee. So a 5-yard penalty, the 8th first down of the game for the Waynesville Tigers. Pushes the ball into the red zone. Well, close to the red zone, shall we say, 23-yard line. Red zone, of course, inside the 20.
Right.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Now we're in this flex bone.
Emperado, the quarterback for the Tigers. In motion goes Anderson. Here is the snap, and they will hand off to Cassidy. Cassidy cuts it up the middle, and he has really nowhere to go. He might have picked up a yard on the play, and that was sheer determination on the part of Mike Cassidy. Because up front, there was no blocking. The Parkview Vikings had sewn up the hole.
Yeah, he hit it hard, but there was just he just hitting the wall. There wasn't nowhere to go.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 for the Tigers. 4:05 left to go. They're trailing 42-10 here in the opening half. Tigers going to have to hurry that play clock down to about 6. Timeout called. That's probably a pretty good move for Waynesville. They can't back up any. They cannot afford to back up 5 right now. So Coach Joe Haynes calls a timeout rather than take the 5-yard penalty. We'll be right back.
Our Women's Health and Maternity Services family is growing. Phelps County Regional Medical Center is proud to welcome gynecologist Nathan Ratchford and obstetrics and gynecology physician Wes Harden to the PCRMC Medical Group. Doctors Ratchford and Harden will begin seeing patients this summer in the PCRMC Women's Health Center and Maternity Services. To learn more or to make an appointment, please visit pcrmc.com or call 426-2229. Phelps County Regional Medical Center, our family caring for yours.
Attention athletes. If you want to make sure that you perform this season at 100%, then call Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville. Their sports well care program is only $45 per month, and that's up to 12 visits each month. Dr. Shane and Dr. Tabby Ogle will make sure everything is in alignment and treat any issue you have before the big game. Ogle Chiropractic offers sports and school physicals, electrical muscle stimulation, and treatments for sports injuries.
Well, we're back. Marv Luton, Shane McPherson. It is 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. Butler Lawson gets the handoff, goes to the outside, tries to cut it to the outside, but good lateral pursuit by the Parkview Vikings, and he's going to lose a yard or 2 on the play. Let's see where they knocked him out of bounds, but where do they spot this ball?
Back to the original, it looks like.
It looks like he lost a yard on the play, so it brings up 3rd down now and 10 for the Tigers. Again, there is just no going around to the outside. At least not that time for the Tigers.
They had a little daylight earlier, but it seemed to be to the other side. But this side over here seems pretty stout.
Lewis back to throw, and he'll fire this thing down into the end zone. Open is Carrillo, and he can't catch the ball. He popped out of his hands. Oh, Sergio Carrillo had it, a touchdown, and out it came. Hit him in the shoulder pads instead of the arm, and the ball bops loose.
When it goes bad, it goes bad.
Good throw that time by Lewis. That was on the money. But Sergio Carrillo, again, looking over his shoulder. The ball hit him on the shoulder pads, and he could not haul it in. That brings a 4th down situation up for the Waynesville Tigers, 4th and 10. And again, on the 23-yard line of the Vikings.
We're in a one-back set, regular set, spread set.
That is Butler Lawson, deuces left, deuces right. Now Lawson switches to the right-hand side. And Lewis back to throw, and he'll throw a little flare out to Lawson, and he throws it over his head.
Yep.
That's a little floater, and again, like you said, when the floodgates open, baby, they open, huh?
Oh, they're wide open right now.
Man. So the Tigers turn it over on downs. That was a good-looking pass at first, but then again, just a little bit too high. A little over the outstretched arms of Butler Lawson. He couldn't haul it in. Pass goes incomplete, and the Vikings take over.
Well, that height, it played to their advantage there for, Parkview. Those defensive ends have some long arms, and he's got to try to toss it over him, and he hasn't had to do that a whole lot this year.
Yep, and that time he tossed it not only over the arms of the defenders, but also over the arms of his receiver.
Right.
So Parkview back on the field with their offense, and they hand off to Huddleston again on an end around, and he is going to be hauled down from behind, and there goes the penalty flag as Ian Williams grabs him from behind on the horse collar. You can grab the back of the jersey, but you cannot grab the back of the shoulder pads. You have to pull on the jersey. And that time, Ian Williams got him around the neck. So a 15-yard penalty will move the ball from the 40 where the infraction occurred, and that was already after a 13-yard gain on the play. This will move the ball all the way down to the Waynesville Tiger 45-yard line. So that brings up another first down for the Vikings. 3:02 left to go in the first half. They lead this 42-10. They bring it up to the line of scrimmage. Dela Cruz again to the right of the quarterback, Trevor Boyce. Ball at the Waynesville Tiger 45. Dela Cruz gets it, rolls to the outside, outruns the Waynesville Tiger defenders, cuts it up and outside to the first down marker, all the way down to the, well, it looks like maybe the 35-yard line. They say he stepped, well, we'll see where they say he stepped out.
Yeah, they're not really giving a
no, well,
spot.
The one referee will stand in one place where you think he went out of bounds, and then they'll move the ball to another place where another referee says he stepped out. So, again, he gains 8 on the play, 2nd down and 2.
It goes to show you, that play right there goes to show you what kind of speed this Dela Cruz had, because he bounced it outside of our pursuit where we had good speed and ran away from us. So this is a pretty fast kid here.
Yeah, Boyce gets it under center. Drops back, fakes the handoff to Dela Cruz. He is running for his life. Here come the Tigers. He throws the pass down the field and is incomplete. I don't think he had any intention of completing that one.
No, it's actually probably a pretty good throw right there because he knew that he was pinned, and he probably just had to get rid of it. The only one who did have any kind of chance to catch it was the Parkview Vikings.
And that was Isaac Shadden, number 88, and he was guarded pretty well by the Waynesville defender. So it brings up a 3rd and short now, a 3rd and 2 for the Vikes. They are at the 37-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers on top 42-10 in this football game. They put 7 on the board here, and that mercy clock's running in the 3rd quarter. Boyce hands off to Dela Cruz. Up the middle he goes, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle. He still only gains a couple of yards on the play, but it is enough for another first down. That's all he needed was 2. He broke a tackle behind the line of scrimmage, one at the line of scrimmage, and then lunged forward for the first down.
Needed 2, got 3.
So that'll keep the ball in the Vikings' hands. Keeps the clock moving. 2:40 left to go here in the first half. Ball down on the Waynesville Tiger 34-yard line now. Vikings with the football, and Dela Cruz has it, and he pops off to the right, and he is popped immediately by a couple of Waynesville Tigers. One of them on there is Maurice Fiame on the initial hit. That slowed him down just a little bit till the rest of the Tigers were able to get over there. No gain on the play.
Yeah, we're finally starting to stuff that play. Every time they come to the A-gap, we've done a lot better with that one.
Now we just need to stop the jet sweep, which is killing us with Huddleston. And here is Boyce back to throw, and he'll fire this thing down the field, and that pass is overthrown, incomplete. Intended that time for Isaac Davis, a 6'3" senior who is, well, a little bit taller.
Yeah,
than
a little
the
bit
Waynesville
taller.
Tigers. I think everybody on this Parkview team is taller than the Waynesville Tigers.
I think everybody's been taller than Waynesville Tigers for most of the year.
Yeah, well, they're not big.
No.
Parkview is not big. They're a bunch of, most of them are fairly thin. They don't have a lot of wide bodies.
No.
But they certainly have some height.
Yes, they do. I wonder if Pills is worried about that this winter.
It is 3rd and 10. Vikings on top, 42-10 here over the Waynesville Tigers. And a little flare pass to the outside goes to Dela Cruz, and he breaks one tackle, still on his feet, and he is going to step out of bounds at the 29-yard line. That stops the clock with 1:48 left to go here in the first half.
Well, you know they're going to go.
4th and 5 now for the Vikes. Need to get the ball inside the Waynesville Tiger 25-yard line. And the Vikings will call their first timeout on the field. That'll give us a chance to hear from another one of our fine sponsors. We're coming right back.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the Movie Theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters is giving away movie tickets and popcorn every single week. Simply subscribe to the B&B Theaters channel on YouTube to stay up on the latest in upcoming releases and movie trivia. Enjoy the magic of the movies only at B&B Theaters.
We're back here. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. And a butt kicking is underway by the Parkview Vikings.
And we're not giving it.
No, we are not today. We did a good job last week of spanking Glendale. But here tonight, the Parkview Vikings have come out, thrown the football, ran the football, took over on 2 onside kicks, and have put 42 points on the board here in the first half already. They have it with 1:48 left to go, 4th down and 5 in Waynesville Tiger territory, and they are going to go for it at the Waynesville Tiger 29.
Okay, backers are coming.
And Boyce back to throw. He's got some running room to the outside. Now he's going to tuck it and go, and he will get down inside the 20 to the 21. Does he have enough? Yes, he has enough for a first down, so they will move the sticks, and the Parkview Vikings will retain possession of the football, and that play only took 8 seconds. So Boyce gets to the outside and able to pick up the first down, and they spot this at the 21-yard line of the Waynesville Tigers. Tigers defense just cannot stop the running game here of this Viking team. Huddleston goes in motion. Huddleston gets the ball. Dela Cruz, Dela Cruz has got the edge there. Huddleston has the edge and into the end zone he goes. Boy, you called that one, buddy.
Yeah.
So 21-yard touchdown run by Huddleston. Man, we have seen this all night long.
Yeah, they just seal off that edge, and there's just no way to catch that. And they get out there so fast on that jet sweep. That's the fastest one we've seen all year.
So Huddleston on the jet sweep, 21-yard touchdown strike, makes it 48-10 with 1:34 left to go in the first half.
Just an impressive offense by Parkview, and by golly, they do have an extra point kicker.
And that's Huddleston.
Imagine that.
Yeah. With his pink socks, and they will take the snap. The spot is up, and Huddleston drills it through the uprights. It's a low kick, but it is good, and that makes it 49-10. And the Tigers will get the ball when we come back, and it's going to be a running clock here in the second half.
Out of the picture tonight. How would you want to be remembered, and who would make decisions about planning your funeral service? This is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. We help families create meaningful services that respect and honor the memory of their loved one's life. At Memorial Chapels and Crematory, we offer our support and guidance when your family needs us the most.
Sellers Texan is your place to get your next truck during the All-American Sales Event. With discounts and rebates totaling over $12,000 off on 2018 F-150 XLT. There's 0% financing with approved credit, plus up to $3,500 in rebates. And Ford salutes all of our military members, police, fire rescue, and first responders with $1,000 in additional savings. Whether it's half-ton, 3/4, or 1 ton, we are your local truck headquarters. Every new Ford from Sellers Texan comes with tires for life. Shop us online at sellerstexan.com, and remember, Sellers Texan sells satisfaction.
Well, the Tigers now have put some hands up on that front line on the kickoff here. They have got Anthony Bledsoe along with Deontay Garland, Sergio Carrillo, a wide receiver, Dominique Garland, and what's the Parkview Vikings do? They kick it deep this time.
Better pick it up.
It's going to be picked up at the 16-yard line by A.J. Martin, and he is going to be wrapped up and dropped immediately. He might have gained a couple of yards on the return. So it's 1st and 10 for the Waynesville Tigers. The ball is going to be spotted at the 23-yard line. It looks like Parkview has called another timeout.
Yep.
So with 1:29 left to go, Parkview calls a timeout. Hear from another one of our fine sponsors, and we'll be back in a moment.
Park University offers associate and bachelor degree programs at their Fort Wood Campus Center. Additional degree programs are available entirely online. Courses can be completed in 8-week sessions rather than the traditional 16-week semester. Sessions start 5 times a year, giving you multiple entry points. Park also offers additional graduate and certificate programs online. Military and civilians are welcome. Application fees are waived for military personnel. Park accepts VA benefits, tuition assistance, financial aid, and payment plans are available. Park University, a regionally accredited non-profit university. Save time, save money, accelerate your education. 329-2798 or go online, park.edu/go, Leonard Wood.
Well, a timeout called by the Parkview Vikings after the kickoff. The Waynesville Tigers will have it 1st and 10 on their own 23-yard line, trailing 49-10 with 1.5 minutes left to go in the opening half.
Right, yeah. We got a spread look here, one back. See what we can do in a minute and a half.
Lewis takes the snap, fires this thing down the field, passes incomplete, intended for Imperato. No, excuse me, that's Poinsett, number 11, not number 1. So Poinsett, diving attempt. He cannot come up with a pass, a little overthrown. He led him just a little bit too far. Had Poinsett caught that, that would have been good for about 11 or a 12-yard gain and a first down, but instead goes incomplete.
Well, he's been pretty off tonight. He's 4 for 13 throwing the ball.
2nd down now and 10, and here is Lewis. He'll roll to the outside with a little bit of room, and he'll throw this. What a catch that time by Bledsoe. Did he come down inbounds? No.
No, but what an effort.
What an effort. What a catch by Bledsoe, but again, the feet came down out of bounds. He was trying to toe the sidelines, so that brings up a 3rd and 10 now for the Waynesville Tigers.
Certainly don't want to give Parkview any time before the end of the half.
I would think not. But if we don't do something right now with 1:19 left to go, we're going to have to punt this football away to him. Lewis back to throw.
Screen.
Here comes a screen, and the pass is caught by Butler Lawson. And Sheen loses his footing. He had to jump up in the air to catch the ball. And when he came down, he was trying to turn at the same time and lost his footing. Still a gain of about 7 on the play. They're going to spot this at the 30-yard line. So it brings up a 4th and 3 now for the Waynesville Tigers.
Ooh, this is dangerous.
We have a penalty flag on the play, and it is going to be on the Parkview Vikings.
A head shot.
Personal foul to the helmet. That is going to be a 15-yard penalty, and they are going to mark it from the spot of the foul, which was back at the 30-yard line. So they'll bring it all the way out to the 45. That is 40 yards in penalties. That is the 4th penalty for the Parkview Vikings. The Tigers have 5 for 45 yards. So another first down for Waynesville. They will keep the ball with 1:05 left to go, which is good news for Waynesville that you're not giving the ball back to Parkview right now.
That's right.
Cassidy goes in motion, and the Vikes jump.
I'd say that would be on the Vikings.
That is Jonathan Franklin, one of their tall defensive ends, and those two defensive ends. They're 6'3" and 6'5". They are making it hard for little Mike Lewis to see over everybody.
Yeah,
and,
those are two big trees on the ends there.
And what Lewis is forced to do is throw the ball over their outstretched hands, and sometimes when he has thrown the ball, he is overthrowing his receivers.
Yes, he has, and you can understand why when you have to throw it over a building.
1st and 5 for the Tigers. Lewis back to throw, and he gets popped.
And a good clean hit.
Man, it was it was a good clean hit. That is Brenton Howard coming up on the lick for the Parkview Vikings. Lewis, he knew he was going to take a shot, and he just unloaded that thing, and he didn't have much on it, and the ball went incomplete. But what a shot he took.
Popped right up, though. Got to give him credit for that.
1:01 left to go here, 49-10. Vikings spanking the Waynesville Tigers. And back at the quarterback position, Lewis overthrows Cassidy, his intended receiver. That time, if Cassidy was about 6'2", he might have been able to catch that one. But,
but
Mike is not.
No, he's not. And he threw it a little bit behind him, too.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 now for the Tigers with 57 seconds left to go here in the opening half. Lewis again working out of the pistol formation. Trips right, deuces left. Little flare to the outside. Pass is caught by Bledsoe. Down the sidelines he goes. And still on his feet. Or is that Martin or Kevin? I think that's Poinsett on the catch that time for the Tigers. Cannot see the number on that side of the field. Yeah, that is Kevin Poinsett.
Yeah, it was.
On the catch for the Waynesville Tigers. He and Aaron Imperato are about the same size.
Right.
And one wears 11, the other one wears number 1. You're not real sure which one's got the ball. But another first down for the Tigers. 50 seconds left to go here. Lewis back to throw from the 35. Now he drops back to the 43. Pass is caught on dropped at the 25-yard line. The Tigers have the dropsies tonight. That one in the hands of Anthony Bledsoe. And again, he put it right on the money. And I don't know, Bledsoe, he wasn't looking where he was going to run after he caught the ball. He just did not catch it.
He just did not catch it. I mean, it was right in his hands, right where it was supposed to be. Good ball. He just dropped it.
2nd and 10 now for the Tigers. Michael Lewis has overthrown and underthrown quite a few here tonight, but that one was perfect. Back to throw, Lewis again, throws it down the sidelines. The pass is going to be picked off out of bounds, and it goes incomplete. It came out of the hands of the defender, Ethan Jordan Towns. So 37 seconds left to go here. Brings up a 3rd and 10 now for the Waynesville Tigers. They trail 49-10 here as we are approaching halftime. Ball at the 34-yard line. Let's see if the Waynesville Tigers have a 3rd and 10 play in the playbook right now. They would like to pick it up and somehow get this ball into the end zone. Lewis back to throw. Flare pass to the outside to Butler Lawson, and he is going to be grabbed. Again, one of the receivers, that's Aaron Imperato to the outside. He could not contain his block or sustain his block. His blocker got through and able to drop Butler Lawson behind the line of scrimmage for a loss on the play. That's a loss of 2, and the Vikings, I believe, have just taken their last timeout.
I think we did, actually.
You're right. We did take a timeout. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 12 now for the Tigers. We're back in just a moment with more.
University offers associate and bachelor degree programs at their Fort Wood Campus Center. Additional degree programs are available entirely online. Courses can be completed in 8-week sessions rather than the traditional 16-week semester. Sessions start 5 times a year, giving you multiple entry points. Park also offers additional graduate and certificate programs online. Military and civilians are welcome. Application fees are waived for military personnel. Park accepts VA benefits, tuition assistance, financial aid, and payment plans are available. Park University, a regionally accredited non-profit university. Save time, save money, accelerate your education. 329-2798 or go online, park.edu/go, Leonard Wood.
Well, we're back. Marv Luton, Shane McPherson. 31 seconds left to go here in the first half. The Waynesville Tigers again trailing 49-10. in this contest. Waynesville with the ball, 4th and 12. They are on the Parkview 36-yard line, and we jump.
Yep, we do. Yes, we did.
Sergio Carrillo on the right-hand side, lining up in one of the receiver positions. Jumped before the ball was snapped, and that is a 5-yard penalty, and that'll bring us back 5 more yards. So now the ball will be placed at the 41-yard line of the Parkview Vikings. Motion call on the Tigers. So instead of 4th and 12, now it is 4th and 17. Trips right, deuces left. Shane Butler-Lawson goes in motion. He stops right next to the quarterback, and Michael Lewis looks over to the sidelines. Timeout called by Joe Haynes. He'll burn his 3rd as the time was ticking away on that play clock, and Coach Haynes did not like what he saw. And again, with 31 seconds left to go, you want to try to get at least a first down here if you possibly can, and hold on to that ball, though. Do not want to turn this ball back over to the Parkview Vikings.
No, not at all. You want to try to get something to where at least you can run out the clock. You can get a quick score. But whatever you do not want to give the ball back to Parkview.
Our game is being brought to you by Air Serv Heating and Air of Waynesville, serving Pulaski and surrounding counties, and by Clayton Homes on Highway M in Lebanon. 2 more of our fine sponsors of Waynesville Tiger football here today. 31 seconds left to go in the first half. Again, the Tigers trailing 49-10, and I don't think a whole lot of Tiger fans saw this one coming, and certainly 2 guys up here in the booth wearing orange.
Nope.
Certainly didn't see this coming either.
Nope, we were pretty excited coming down, and I thought we were going to have a barn burner, real tight one and stuff, but Parkview has just dominated us in the first half. Totally dominated.
Again, with a 49-10 lead, Lewis back to throw. He rolls to the outside. Good blocking up front by the Tigers. Lewis throws a BB down the field. The pass is caught by Sergio Carrillo, and we have a first down. First down for the Tigers inside the 25-yard line to the 22 is where they'll mark it with 24 seconds left to go. Tigers trying to keep that mercy clock from running in the 3rd quarter of this football game when they come out of the locker room. Trailing here 49-10. Snap back, it's good, and the throw across the middle is the pass caught. Yes, it is, by the Tigers. Who comes up off the bottom of that pile? That is Carrillo again, down to the 5-yard line, and that will be another first down for Waynesville. So it's 1st and 10 for Waynesville back on the 5-yard line of the Parkview Vikings. And Mike Lewis will spike the ball. Don't know why did they have the clock running before the ball was snapped? Well, because the referee did set it down.
They spotted
and they spotted it, and so the clock started running, and that's why Lewis spiked the ball immediately.
Right.
So I think they may put a couple of seconds back on the clock.
Apparently not.
So 13 seconds left to go. Waynesville Tigers, 1st and goal to go at the 5-yard line. And here's a little shuttle pass up front, and no good. That time the ball is caught and dropped inside the 5. And again, that is by Kevin Poinsett. The Tigers have time to spike the ball if they hurry, and that is it. Halftime is upon us. Tigers did not get the spike, and the Parkview Vikings lead this game at halftime 49-10. We're back with your halftime stats, and we'll talk about this in a moment.
King Auto Glass, certified pros working hard for you. We'll fix it right, we'll come to you free, and we'll give you a lifetime guarantee. We've been around for 3 generations, doing our best work every day. Auto Glass is our only business,
not a sideline.
King Auto Glass.
Your King Company Pharmacy. Hi, this This is Olivia, proud member of the York & Company pharmacy team in Richland. Over-the-counter medicines can be intimidating. Have you ever wondered what some of them are for? At York & Company, our pharmacist is happy to give his recommendations for anything you may need. Did you know that York & Company Pharmacy also carries a line of Now brand essential oils and diffusers? Essential oils have shown great benefits to the body and the mind. At York & Company, we strive to take care of the whole patient, not just your prescriptions.
York & Company Pharmacy.
Switch to the Marys County Bank free mascot checking today and help support your local school. For each active mascot checking account, the Marys County Bank will donate $1 every month to your school. Last school year, the Marys County Bank donated over $39,000 to our participating school districts. Schools supported are Dixon, Vienna, Richland, Lakeway, Stoutland, Crocker, Iberia, Owensville, St. James, Swedberg, Bell, and Fatima. Plus, show your school spirit with your mascot logo on your personal checks and debit cards. With 10 locations in the area, there is a Marys County Bank close to you, or go online to maryscountybank.com. The Marys County Bank, pride in our past, investing in your future. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank and your grandfather drank.
When I was your age, we were.
This is the Pepsi that your Uncle Ted drank when rock sounded like this. This is the Pepsi for American pastimes. Whether you're tailgating at a speedway or courtside watching your favorite player make a breakaway,
he scores!
This is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert and get the good stuff 7 days a week. Make plans for the V, Lakeway VFW Post 3168 on the South Outer Road at exit 150 off I-44. A proud supporter of the Lakeway area and the Lakeway youth. The Post is open 7 days a week. Not only will you meet your friends for some refreshments and catching up on the day's activities, there's karaoke, selected nights for bingo, and don't forget their free Senior Citizens Dinner at 12 noon the last Friday of every month. Check out sports on the several TVs. Every day is a good day at the V. Lakeway VFW Post 3168, exit 150 off I-44 on the South Outer Road.
We're back here at halftime. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. And again, it's 49-10. The Parkview Vikings all over the Waynesville Tigers. It looked good to start off with when the Waynesville Tigers received the opening kickoff. Aaron Emperado went in from the 1 yard line after the Tigers took the ball on the opening drive, 61 yards down the field, stuck it in the end zone, made the extra point. It's 7-0. Well, the Parkview Vikings got the ball, and their opening drive, they marched it down the field the other way. Go into the end zone on a 3-yard touchdown run by Blake Dela Cruz, and they went for the 2-point conversion. They missed it. The Tigers on top by the score of 7-6. And from then on out, it was all Parkview.
Right.
31-yard touchdown catch by Newbern. The 2-point conversion was good. And this is still in the first quarter. That's with 2:14. Then they kick an onside kick. And they recover, and they get the ball back. Dela Cruz takes it 29 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. It is 22-7 at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter with 10:52 left to go. Dela Cruz got another 29-yard run, made it 28-7. And then a 55-yard touchdown catch to Jevin Huddleston, who said they don't throw the football. Made it 34-10, and then after another onside kick, they got the ball right back and stuck it in the end zone on a 30-yard catch to Newbern. It was 42-10 after, the Tigers did kick that 42-yard field goal from Aaron Choi. That was with 8:19 left to go in the second. Then with the 1:34 left, Huddleston goes into the end zone on a sweep to the outside, a jet sweep. Made it 49-10, and that's where we stand here at halftime. 12 first downs for the Parkview Vikings, 12 for the Waynesville Tigers. Boy, this is starting to resemble last week's. Only we're on the other end of this thing.
Yeah.
Compared to where we were last week. Those 2 onside kicks, they were good for 14 points. Both teams about 45, 50 yards in penalties. 50 for the Tigers, 45 for the Vikings. It's been a clean game.
Yep.
Most of the big penalties we have had have been for pass interference, offensive or defensive pass interference, and a horse collar, which is a tackling penalty. That's not your cheap shots and your trash talking down there on the field. But again, 49-10. What are we doing wrong, or what are we not doing right? That's for one thing.
Well, the one thing that we're not doing right is we're not playing. They're running a basic counter. They're running a jet sweep. The counter and the jet sweep are just killing us all night long. They run it very well. They get in the way. We're not ripping off the blocks. We're not sustaining blocks on offense, and it goes to show with the totals. It's kind of like what you said. It's an exact opposite of last week. They had 29 carries in the first half for 239 yards. De La Cruz had 19 of those for 132 yards. Huddleston had 9 of them for 98 yards. Passing, they don't pass the ball, right? 5 for 8 for 131 and 3 touchdowns. That's a pretty dominating performance at 370 total yards for the first half. On our side, we ran the ball 20 times for 102 yards. Sheen had 13 of those carries for 85. Mr. Lewis has just had some drops by his receivers tonight, plus he's been off just a little bit. He was 9 for 24 in the first half for 78 yards for 180 total for us. Offensively, they're dominating us with that run game, and then, you know, everybody said they don't throw the ball well, but I've been pretty impressed with Boyce as far as the way that he throws the ball. He's thrown some balls right on target. That number 1 receiver that they have down there is an awful big target and runs a good route and gets away from us. Very impressed with the speed by De La Cruz and Huddleston when they hit that jet sweep and they hit that counter inside. They're hitting it hard, and they're running north and south. Like you said, their line isn't very big, but they are tall, and they do get in the way. And with backs like Huddleston and De La Cruz, they just need a little bit of space to go a long way, and that's exactly what they've been doing on the Tigers.
Yeah, the long legs and the long arms of some of their linemen have certainly helped out. And again, they are sustaining their blocks on the line of scrimmage, and that's one thing the Tigers, you know, lateral pursuit is not very good tonight for the Waynesville Tigers. With you got the speed of Huddleston,
right.
You got the speed of De La Cruz. If they can get outside and turn that corner, you're in trouble, and the Tigers have found that out tonight.
Right. Yeah, we've been talking about the edge on that counter, the counter and the jet sweep. They're going to try to lock that edge off as a defense. You're trying to keep that edge open and be able to string it out, and they've locked the edge off on us all night.
And just when you think they fake the move to the outside, and I've seen De La Cruz do this several times, he'll fake the move to the left. He'll start pulling the guards out of the way, and then he'll shoot one up the gap, and next thing you know, he's got a 10 or 15-yard gain on the play.
Right, that's that inside counter that's been killing us all night. He makes it look like he's going to step left. His guard, his tackle come back right. They lead up through that A gap, which is a little different, and the B gap as well. But it's a little different, but it is surely effective.
49-10, again, our score here at halftime. The Parkview Vikings all over the Waynesville Tigers, and we're going to have a mercy clock to start the third quarter of this football game. We had the mercy clock running on us down at West Plains, but the Tigers were able to kill the mercy clock near the end of the game. I don't know whether we're going to be able to do that. Let's hope that Coach Joe Haynes has some magic in his sleeve down there in the locker room at halftime, where it's going to be a very short second half. We're back in a moment.
When you're feeling hungry, you don't want to mess around with a quarter-pound meat sandwich. Instead, eat one of Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. 8 ounces of thinly sliced, tender roast beef. And if you really want a quarter pound of beef, that's cool. Just eat half of a half-pound roast beef sandwich. Introducing Arby's new half-pound roast beef sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Quality and honesty are 2 values customers want and businesses must have. AirServe Heating and Air Conditioning of Waynesville has those values and offers much more. Locally owned and operated, they're your neighbors with finance options and free estimates so you'll know the cost before they start. AirServe is your comfort company, servicing all brands so you're ready for the season. Call 774-7805.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters is giving away movie tickets and popcorn every single week. Simply subscribe to the B&B Theaters channel on YouTube to stay up on the latest in upcoming releases and movie trivia. Enjoy the magic of the movies only at B&B Theaters.
For over 40 years, Made Right in Rolla has been satisfying customers with the best ground meat seasoned to perfection. At Made Right, the loose ground beef is simply too good to be called a patty. And the mouth-watering fried chicken, pulled pork, and steaming chili are a few of the menu items at Made Right. You won't go wrong when you pull into Made Right at 1028 Kings Highway in Rolla, because everything there is always made right. I'm here in the middle of the beautiful Ozarks.
I'm in one of the most exciting phases of my life.
But it's definitely time to relocate to a place of my own.
Somewhere I can power nap in peace.
Where I can have my buddies over anytime I want.
Somewhere close to where I need to be, when I need to be there.
I wonder what my housing options are.
Alford Beatty Communities offers move-in ready 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in both single-family and townhome styles. Located in Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, our residents enjoy a secure and comfortable hometown environment with the convenience of 24-hour maintenance, lawn care services, and community events. For more information, call Balfour Beatty today at 573-329-1013.
Colleges are notorious for charging fees, application fees, book fees, technology fees, graduation fees. Well, you get the point. At Columbia College, we came up with a better way. No fees, no book costs, and no surprises. That's the truth. We call it Truition. Learn more at fortwood.ccis.edu. That's fortwood.ccis.edu.
I'm Mike Hedrick, the Pulaski County Probate Judge. I handle many types of cases as a judge, but no case is more important than those involving abused and neglected children. My job as juvenile judge, along with our juvenile office, children's division, guardian ad litems, and CASA volunteers whom I help reintroduce into the Pulaski County court system, is to find a better life for those most vulnerable to situations beyond their control and with little say in their well-being. My purpose is to assure every child is given the same chance in life I had growing up in Pulaski County. I ask for your vote again for Mike Hedrick, Pulaski County Probate Judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect Michael Hedrick, Brandon Bales, Treasurer.
Well, we're back here. It is halftime. The Waynesville Tigers trailing the Parkview Vikings 49-10. The Parkview Viking band is out there on the field, but it is senior night here tonight. And because of the amount of seniors out here on the band and on the dance team, there may not be enough time for the band to do any kind of performing, even though they're out there and they've got this field encompassed. There are over 30 seniors in the band, and as far as the dance team, there's been about 3 or 4 of them introduced as well. So don't know if we're going to hear anything from the Parkview Viking marching band here at halftime. We've heard a lot from the Parkview Viking football team here tonight, again, leading the Waynesville Tigers by the score of 49-10. Again, let's get back to the districts where Lebanon is assured a 1 seed, and the Springfield Central Bulldogs are assured a 5 seed. The 2, 3, and 4 toss-up between Waynesville, Willard, and Glendale. Waynesville coming into week number 9, 3 and 5. Willard and Glendale were both 2 and 6. Willard is taking on Branson down in Branson tonight, and Glendale is meeting West Plains. That is down in West Plains. West Plains 8-0, undefeated on the season, the number 4 ranked team in the state. It's doubtful that Glendale can beat West Plains. That is always a possibility. But the way the Scissors play football, they are an outstanding football team this year. Don't expect Glendale to come up with the win. Willard, however, has a pretty good shot at knocking off Branson. Well, at least a decent shot of beating Branson, since both of them are 2 and 6 on the season. But Branson trying to climb out of the hole in their district. They are the number 5 seed in their district as well. And that is the same district that has these Parkview Vikings in it. Branson at 2 and 6 and Republic at 2 and 6. With Branson taking on Willard, Republic is playing Neosho. Neosho is 5 and 3 on the season. And again, Branson trying to jump out of that number 5 hole and up one. And if they can knock off the Willard Tigers and the Waynesville Tigers don't do anything else here, we have got a little bit of a problem. Willard is on top by the score of 12-0 right now over Branson. So, again, flip a coin. We may not get the number 2 seed in this district like we were hoping to, Shane.
No, I don't, but the one good thing about it is We're not gonna. We'll probably get a bye next week. Give us time to get everybody healthy again. And that I'm trying to refresh it right now.
Trying to get some other scores from around the area here at halftime for you.
Yeah, we're kind of.
And we've got Neosho again, 10-6 winner over Parkview. Let's see, we've got Lebanon 43-16 over Hillcrest. Rolla is spanking Springfield Central 67 to nothing right now. And let's see, the other one. Well, that's pretty much all of them that involve what we're looking at. Camdenton, a 21-7 winner, our 21-7 lead over Kickapoo.
Glendale's getting beat pretty bad by West Plains, 42-12. Third quarter still, it's 12-0 Willard over Branson. You know this score. Let's see, Lebanon all over Hillcrest, 43-16.
Can we change this score?
I wish we could.
We'll talk about it here coming up in just a little bit. And I think that's pretty much most of the ones that are involving the Ozark Conference, and especially the ones that are involving our district. Again, the Tigers trailing 49-10 here at halftime, and finally they got all the seniors announced and their parents.
Man, there were a lot of them.
Yeah, there were a bunch of them, and so they finally get a little bit of entertainment from the Springfield Viking Marching Band. We'll take another break, and we'll be back and talk a little bit more about what the Tigers need to do in the second half when we come back.
For the V, Lakeway VFW Post 3168 on the South Outer Road at exit 150 off I-44. A proud supporter of the Lakeway area and the Lakeway youth. The Post is open 7 days a week. Not only will you meet your friends for some refreshments and catching up on the day's activities, there's karaoke, selected nights for bingo, and don't forget their free Senior Citizens Dinner at 12 noon the last Friday of every month. Check out sports on the several TVs. Every day is a good day at the V. Lakeway VFW Post 3168, exit 150 off I-44 on the South Outer Road.
Sellers Sexton self-satisfaction.
Have you been searching the internet high and low and think you found the best price elsewhere on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda? Seller Sexton has been selling satisfaction to thousands of customers, and I encourage you to take the Satisfaction Challenge. Go find the best price on the new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda you want. Then come see us at Seller Sexton, and you'll find our offers on that same vehicle are just as good, if not better. Save on your new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda. Take the Satisfaction Challenge only at Seller Sexton in St. Robert. Shop us online at sellersexton.com.
Come on!
Our Women's Health and Maternity Services family is growing. Phelps County Regional Medical Center is proud to welcome gynecologist Nathan Ratchford and obstetrics and gynecology physician Wes Harden to the PCRMC Medical Group. Doctors Ratchford and Harden will begin seeing patients this summer in the PCRMC Women's Health Center and Maternity Services. To learn more or to make an appointment, please visit pcrmc.com or call 426-2229. Phelps County Regional Medical Center, our family caring for yours.
We're back. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson here. Week number 9 of the 2018 football season. Tigers coming in here at 3-5. Parkview 4-4. And it looks like Parkview is going to go to 5-4. And we're going to drop to 3-6 unless something drastically happens in the second half. And we reverse the trend that Parkview has put on us, or the running game that Parkview has put on us. We have got to stop that running game somehow, some way.
Well, you know, like we were talking about, you know, with a running clock and Parkview getting the ball, we're going to find out right off the bat what we're going to be able to do. They sustain a drive. They put it down on us. They could legitimately run a third quarter out with a 12-minute quarter. They could legitimately run it out with one drive. We're going to have to get a stop. We're going to have to get a lot of quick stops. We're going to have to get some breaks. We're going to have to get a couple of real big breaks. We're going to have to get you back in this game. We'll find out very, very soon in the third quarter if we're going to have any chance to do that whatsoever.
And again, their passing game has been pretty good here tonight. We haven't seen a whole lot of passing from this team during the course. Nobody has during the course of the season. I think they only average something like, maybe they might average about 100 yards a game. Through the air. And they've got a couple of talented receivers in Tyrone Newbern, who is 6'3", and Isaac Shedden, who's about 6'2". And then they also, Feeney, He is 6'5". Now, he's mostly an offensive lineman, but I think he doubles up as a tight end on occasion. He hasn't caught anything here this evening, but he has certainly posed a problem for the Waynesville Tiger defenders on the line.
Well, you know, like you said, you know, they don't pass a whole lot, but it seems when they do, they're pretty efficient at it. And maybe they have been just all year, and we kind of overlooked that. I'm sure the Tigers didn't, but I guess they're finding out tonight with, you know, they've got three big throws, you know, 140, 150, 55, and 130, all for touchdowns. Their run game is the one that is their bread and butter. You know, they're very effective with that counter, like we said before. They're very effective with that jet sweep. They're very quick backs. Their defense has done a pretty good job about sealing our edge, and their offensive line has done a pretty good job about sealing us off on those jet sweeps. Because if we can get the edge on that jet sweep with the speed that they have with those backs, they're going to go a long way.
So again, it's 49-10. We've got about 3 minutes left to go here before we begin the second half of the football game. And both teams are out there on the field, but they can't get on the field because the marching band refuses to yield.
Well,
I heard that in a song somewhere a long time ago.
Yeah, I saw a game one time where the team ran a touchdown right over the.
Well, and I think somebody took out a tuba player down in the end zone. I remember seeing that. That's one of the all-time great college highlights that
sure
you will
is.
see. Do you remember who was playing in that game?
It seemed like a UCLA or Ohio State or something like that. I don't know. It's been a long time. We've watched a lot of football since then,
You
Mark.
bet. And they've got the clock stopped right now at 3 minutes while they try to get the band off the field, because that extra 3 minutes they put on there should give both these teams a little bit of time to warm up, because they're both standing down in their respective end zones right now. And, again, they cannot get on the field because the marching band is not done, because it was senior night here. And I guess they didn't put 20 minutes on the clock like they probably should have, rather than the 15. We'll take another break, and we'll be right back.
It's the place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
for auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your Shelter Insurance agent in Waynesville.
Stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
Mailbox It of St. Robert is the go-to resource for packing, shipping, printing, and business service needs. Their team of dedicated, professionally trained experts understands the meaning of superstar customer care. They focus on saving you time and money by ensuring you get the right products and services at the right price. They can pack and ship almost anything to almost anywhere in the world. But shipping is only one way they can help make your life easier. They are also St. Robert's premier copy, print, and document service center. Large or small, black and white or color, it can be printed. Mailbox It can handle it. Mailbox It, one-stop shop for dozens of business products and services that will allow you to do what you're good at while they take care of the other stuff you need to succeed. You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert, and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Our Women's Health and Maternity Services family is growing. Phelps County Regional Medical Center is proud to welcome gynecologist Nathan Ratchford and obstetrics and gynecology physician Wes Harden to the PCRMC Medical Group. Doctors Ratchford and Harden will begin seeing patients this summer in the PCRMC Women's Health Center and Maternity Services. To learn more or to make an appointment, please visit pcrmc.com or call 426-2229. Phelps County Regional Medical Center, our family caring for yours.
Attention athletes. If you want to make sure that you perform this season at 100%, then call Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville. Their sports well care program is only $45 per month, and that's up to 12 visits each month. Dr. Shane and Dr. Tabby Ogle will make sure everything is in alignment and treat any issue you have before the big game. Ogle Chiropractic offers sports and school physicals, electrical muscle stimulation, and treatments for sports injuries. Ogle Chiropractic is dedicated to providing Waynesville and the surrounding communities with the best possible chiropractic care available. Stop by today or call 774-4177. Ogle Chiropractic, a proud supporter of Waynesville Athletics.
We are back. Marv Luton, Shane McPherson. Second half about to get underway as both teams wrapping up their final warm-ups here as the marching band took a little extra time on the field because it was senior night here, and they had about 30 members of the marching band that had to be introduced with their parents. They marched them from the sidelines onto the field, saluted all the parents, and then the parents left, and then the band got to do their thing. And it took them a little bit longer to do their thing. And, again, we've had a little bit of a delay here at halftime, but the Waynesville Tigers, again, will kick the ball away to Parkview to start the second half. And with running clock, like Shane mentioned just a few moments ago, they put a couple of drives together and moved the sticks about 3 or 4 times down the field. And without the clock stopping, again, they could eat up the entire third quarter. Where does that leave you? You know,
well, it leaves you with a not very good feeling about the fourth quarter.
Yeah, exactly. So, again, just got a report from down in Branson that Willard is on top of Branson, 27-10? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think it was 27-10. Yeah, that's not good news for us either. That means that if we are right, and that means that we would probably be traveling to Willard 2 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, it looks like a first-round bye is a done deal.
Yeah, 27-7.
Because the first-round bye it happens when you have 5 teams in a district where your number 1, number 2, and number 3 are going to draw the bye. Number 4 will play number 5, and right now that looks like it's going to be Glendale and Springfield Central.
Oh, it's going to be Glendale and Springfield Central.
They're getting spanked by West Plains pretty good.
Which is not surprising at all. I mean, West Plains is a powerhouse this year, and Rolla really is owning Springfield Central like we probably knew that they would. And I know that Glendale will probably beat Springfield Central next week, and then they'll have to go against the powerhouse in Lebanon, which they gave them an awful good game last time. But, you know, Lebanon's pretty big up front, probably one of the bigger ones we've seen up front besides West Plains, and a formidable opponent, that's for sure. Yeah, we just got another report on that. That was confirmation on that 27-7 score, Willard over Branson at Branson.
Again, that is not over at this time. So Branson has a chance to cut into that lead, and we have a chance to cut into this Parkview lead, but it is going to take, like you said, Shane, it's going to take some stops, and it's going to take us getting the ball down the field and putting some points on this board.
And quickly. We've got to get 2 scores. In my opinion, we have to have at least 2 scores with a few minutes to go in the third quarter.
And not give them any.
And
shut them out. So about ready to go. The teams are lining up, and Waynesville will boot the ball away. Will they kick it from the 40 or the 45? Let's see if they no, I didn't think they would flag the band.
They did flag the band.
They did.
They did flag the band.
All right. Well, they took too long on the field, and the Waynesville Tigers will kick it away from the 45-yard line. So that is a 5-yard penalty for the Glendale Falcons.
Well, what do you know?
Well, you have to go by the rules, and if you're too long on the field because you have too many seniors, you have to talk a little faster.
Well, I mean, the band probably is excited about that for one reason. They've gotten to the game now.
Yeah.
Probably not the way they wanted to be in the game, but they are in the game.
Bottom line, it's 49-10. Who cares about 5 yards at this point in time? And the Waynesville Tigers kick an onside kick. And do they recover the ball?
I believe they did.
Do they recover the ball? Let's see the indication from the referee. Did it go 10 yards? Yes, it did.
Yes.
It was picked up at the 44-yard line of the Vikings.
Turnabout fair play on that one.
And the Waynesville Tigers, again, are going to bring their offense on. I still haven't seen any indication from the referee that we have that ball. But the defense for Parkview is on the field.
Right.
So the Waynesville Tigers recover an onside kick.
That's the way you had to start it right there. We got the ball. Now we need to score quickly.
So a good call that time by Coach Joe Haynes. There's the finally the indication from the referee that the Waynesville Tigers have the ball. Thank you, ref.
All right.
We already knew it. The crowd here knew it, but the referee didn't know it at the time. Snap to Lewis, working out of the pistol formation. He throws the ball deep down the field. He has got Bledsoe underthrows him, and the pass is picked off. Pass is picked off by Keegan Keebler, and the turnover for the Waynesville Tigers on the first play in the third quarter. So a nice bomb that time. Bledsoe was open for a moment, but then a ball was thrown, a little underthrown.
Yeah.
And when you underthrow them, you're throwing it right into the hands of the defenders.
Well, the safety rotated over real quick because we rolled out to the left, and he kind of threw a floater, and it floated right into the free safety's hands.
So it's 1st and 10 now for the Vikings, and the counter play. This one, they get Dela Cruz in the backfield, and he breaks loose and gets up to the 5-yard line. Excuse me, that is Huddleston on the carry that time.
Almost had him in the end zone.
Almost had Huddleston in the end zone, but he broke loose and got forward for about 2 yards on the play.
Well,
they didn't give him any, did they?
No, they didn't.
No gain on the play, so 2nd and 10 now for the Parkview Vikings. Good defense that time by the Waynesville Tigers. Again, it's essential if the Tigers want to get back in this, they have to hold Glendale with this running clock. The Tigers need a stop right here and to get the ball back. Snap goes into the hands of Dela Cruz, and he cuts it to the 10-yard line. He'll pick up about 6 on the play. So that'll bring up a 3rd down now and 4 for the Vikings. 49-10, Tigers trailing, trying to get this ball back and trying to cut into this lead of the Glendale Falcons. But again, as we said, we've got the turbo clock going here, and that is anytime a team has a 35-point lead on the other team, the clock does not stop. It is 49-10, so the turbo clock again is going. Here's a counter play, and this goes to Huddleston, and he's loose to the 25-yard line. He picks up a 1st down. There's that counter play again you were talking about.
Yep, all day.
That time the fake to Dela Cruz, a turnaround handoff to Huddleston, who cut in front, and he countered it from left to right, and up the middle he went, and caught the Tigers. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Vikings. On top, 49-10, working under center is the quarterback, Trevor Boyce. Dela Cruz in the backfield. Huddleston goes in motion. Huddleston gets the ball, cuts to the outside. A.J. Martin cut him off, and Malik Hopper threw him out of bounds.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Huddleston runs by A.J. Martin. We're either a step slow or he's really fast, but I'm thinking we're a step slow tonight. He got back to the line of scrimmage.
He did get back to the line of scrimmage. Good play that time. Huddleston, again, outran A.J. Martin, but Malik Hopper on a good lateral pursuit at the line of scrimmage came all the way up from his safety position and popped him out of bounds.
Right. And they're just taking their time, milking the clock for every play.
No gain on the play. 2nd down now and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line of the Vikes. And here comes Parkview, and Huddleston cuts to the outside. And again, he breaks a tackle. He got by A.J. Martin. Martin slowed him down, and he gets to the about 35-yard line, I think is where they're going to mark it. And that is going to be close to another 1st down.
9 yards.
9-yard gain on the play. So it'll bring up a 3rd and short for the Vikings. We've already burned out 4 minutes of the 3rd quarter. 1 1st down for the Vikings.
Parkview coach is going to try to run the whole quarter with this drive.
Well, I don't blame him.
I don't either.
I would too. I'd milk that clock. And Dela Cruz gets the ball to the outside. He's got a block from Huddleston. Cuts the corner. We've got a flag on the play, and there's going to be a hold.
I think you're right.
I think Huddleston held to the outside, and that's what cut Dela Cruz loose.
Yep, it is.
This is our first holding penalty of this game, and you can't tell me with all the outside running that Parkview's done and we have done and I mean, not only on them, but on us too, that there hasn't been more than one hold out there. Come on.
Well, like I've told you, brother, you know, you can call it every play if you wanted to.
You
that
bet.
was just the first time that he got caught.
So that'll move the ball back to the 24-yard line and brings up a 3rd and 11 now for
that's a third. Is it? Wouldn't it be second?
No,
No?
it would be a 3rd down.
Yeah. Okay.
So 3rd and
That's
11
right.
now for the Vikes. Ball back at the 24-yard line. Tigers have a chance to stop them now.
Right.
See if they can hold down Dela Cruz or Huddleston. Dela Cruz on the fake. A little dump across the middle. Pass is caught. And again, it is their big wideout. Tyrone Newbern catches the ball on a little slant pattern across the middle. Gets it to the 41-yard line. Another 1st down for Parkview. Just when you think they're going to run the ball, they throw a pass on you.
Yeah, and a good route, too, and nice play action.
Handed or faked the ball to Dela Cruz. Tigers bit, and then they just popped it right across the middle on a slant again to Newbern for the 1st down for 1st and 10 at the 41. Boyce, a little counterplay to the outside, a little toss, and this ball is caught, and
No, he didn't go down.
He did not go down. They spun him around, but he did not hit. That is Isaac Davis. They spun him at the 45-yard line. The Tigers thought they had him. He popped back up. His knee did not go down, and he went from the Tiger 45 all the way down to the 35, another 10 yards on the play after the Tigers hit him and spun him. So a 30, actually about
24 yards.
24, I was going to say a 24, 25-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They are in Tiger territory at the Waynesville 35-yard line. Hand off to Dela Cruz, and up the middle he goes. Nowhere to go that time, as the Waynesville Tigers were there, getting up off the bottom of the pile. That time for Waynesville is Caden Tripp.
Yeah, well, I think you might want to look counter, maybe jet sweep here.
9 yards is what they need to pick up a 1st down. That was a gain of only 1 on the play. Good play that time by the Waynesville Tiger defense. The linebackers plugged up the hole and able to wrap up Dela Cruz. And there goes Huddleston. And this is a fake against Huddleston. The quarterback, Boyce, takes it right up the middle. The Tigers were ready for that one.
Yeah, they played that really well.
Making the play that time for the Waynesville Tigers on defense is Fontez Key.
I'm going to guess they're in 4-down territory here, so got 2 plays to make 7.
3rd and long right now. 4:50 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 49-10. The Vikings on top, and again, we have a running clock right now. Working out of the pistol formation, the quarterback, Boyce, he rolls out to his right, throws down the field. He's got one wide open and drops the ball at the 5-yard line, and you can hear the fans. Oh, is the groan from up here, not only in the press box, but also down there on the field. Was that Huddleston? Yeah, it was Huddleston. I guarantee he don't drop too many of them.
No, and he ran the wheel route, and he was wide open. And
ball hit him in the numbers, man.
Yeah, it really
You
did.
can't expect anybody to catch a ball and you hit him in the numbers, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Not tonight, anyway.
Well, yeah, that was a sure 6.
Yes, it was.
Because there was nobody on the backside of Huddleston, but he dropped the ball. Brings up a 4th down now and about 7.5. Again, this is 4-down territory. Back to throw is Boyce, and he'll do it again. Fires down into the end zone, and the Tigers on top of that one, making the play that time, and that is point set.
Flag.
Yeah, point set, leaping up in the air. It was a good play by point set. Where did the flag throw? Was it after the play was over?
I don't know.
But we have I do not see the flag. I hear the coaches over in Waynesville. He said, "We're good. They're talking to us." I am not sure. I still don't see the flag. It must. If it's in the end zone, you can't see it in the end zone because it's a yellow end zone. We have a personal foul against the Waynesville Tigers. Declined.
What? I don't think he knew what the.
I'm not sure. I think the Waynesville Tigers get the ball.
Yeah, I think they do.
Okay, so the pass goes incomplete. Did they wave off the flag?
They declined it.
Okay.
Because they get fourth down again.
Okay.
They decline it and they get the ball.
All right. So the Tigers,
I guess,
will bring the offense on the field. After declining the penalty, Waynesville will get the football. And Mike Lewis again will get it under quarterback at the 33-yard line. He rolls to the outside. He is going to keep it, and he will run out of bounds near the 40-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 6 on the play if they give him the 40.
Are they going to? No, they're going to give him the 39.
They're going to give him the 39, so he'll gain the 6 on the play. Brings up a second down now and 4 for the Tigers. 3:15 left to go here in the third quarter as time is ticking away on the Tigers here on this ninth game of the season down at JFK Stadium in Springfield. Deuces left, one to the right for the Tigers. Lewis, the quarterback. He'll take the snap, throw a little flare pass to the outside. The pass goes in and out of the hands of Jalen Andrews.
We just cannot catch
You're right.
the ball tonight.
You know, that was not a bad pass by Lewis. It was a little high, but that should have been caught.
Oh, yeah, there's been plenty of
had,
balls that
yeah,
should
we
have
have had
caught tonight.
several balls that have we have dropped.
Yes, we have.
So now the Tigers going to line up the Wildcat. Bring Mike Lewis off to the outside as a wideout. Shane Butler-Lawson
Wildcat
in the backfield. In motion is Michael Cassidy, and here's the handoff to Lawson. He'll cut it up the middle of the right side. He's got some room to the 50-yard line. Still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and he is going to be hauled down at the 45-yard line. That time, Shane probably should have just ran out of bounds. Instead, he stopped, turned around, and cut across the field and started going backwards, lost about a yard on the play. But if he would have broke that, he had some running room.
Right, and he's just trying to make something happen.
Tigers pick up the first down, 1st and 10 in Parkview territory at the Parkview 47. Back to throw is Lewis across the middle, and this one is too high for everybody. There is 1, 2, 3 Vikings down there, and we may have an injured Viking. He is slow getting up
though.
off the turf. And let's see who that is. That is Tyler Trotter, who crashed into one of his own players. And both of them went down hard. So no gain on the play on the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now for the Tigers again at the 47-yard line of the Vikings. 2nd and 10. Lewis, the quarterback for the Tigers. He will take the snap. And he will fake the handoff to Anderson, and he will keep it. He'll roll to the outside, and he looks like he wants to throw. Now he'll just tuck it and run out of bounds at around the 42-yard line. He'll pick up about 3 or 4 on the play. Looked a little bit like Patrick Mahomes that time for the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm thinking, are you going to throw that ball across your body? Not like Mahomes.
Well, of course, unfortunately, Waynesville's playing defense like Kansas City did last week.
Yeah. Yeah, the run defense for the Chiefs is about as bad as it is as the run defense here for the Tigers against this outstanding, talented Viking duo of Huddleston and Dela Cruz. A screen pass now for the Tigers, caught by Butler-Lawson. And again, the same thing happened the last time Sheen caught the ball, jumping up in the air, and as he comes down, he makes that turn. This time I think he got caught up on one of the Vikings' legs, and he went down. But still, he gains a few yards on the play, brings up a 4th down now, and about 4, and that is the end of the third quarter. So again, this running clock goes quick,
yes,
and we have the same score at the end of 3 as we had at halftime, 49-10. We're back in a moment.
The place there's no place else like. Home. It's the circle of chairs around your fire pit, where all the do you remembers get passed around like bowls of ice cream. It's bacon and eggs in the skillet, crackling along with the laughter.
At Shelter Insurance, we don't just insure your home, we insure all the memories that live inside it. Ask your agent for details. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Mike Anthony, your shelter insurance agent in Waynesville.
Stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your shelter insurance agent in Richland.
Sellers Sexton self-satisfaction.
Have you been searching the internet high and low and think you found the best price elsewhere on a new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda? Seller Sexton has been selling satisfaction to thousands of customers, and I encourage you to take the Satisfaction Challenge. Go find the best price on the new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda you want. Then come see us at Seller Sexton, and you'll find our offers on that same vehicle are just as good, if not better. Save on your new Ford, Lincoln, or Mazda. Take the Satisfaction Challenge only at Seller Sexton in St. Robert. Shop us online at sellersexton.com.
Come on!
Well, it's going to be 4th down now and 3 for the Waynesville Tigers as we begin the 4th quarter of this football game. Andrews goes in motion. Here's the pitch back to Butler Lawson, and he reverses his field. Now he picks up about 3 yards. It's going to be very close to a first down. I don't think he got it.
I don't think so.
I think he is about a half a yard shy of the first down. And again, the Waynesville Tigers, yep, they do not get it. They will turn the ball over on downs to the Parkview Vikings as the time ticks away on the 9th week of the season for the Waynesville Tigers. Again, trailing this 49-10. We are in the 4th quarter of this football game.
And they're just going to take their time.
They're going to milk that clock as much as they can as time ticks away. And again, it looks like the Tigers may be traveling for their first district game. But again, a first-round bye. None of this is in stone. Okay, folks? So, just hang tight.
Right, just never know.
And we're going to have a flag on the play. We're going to have a motion penalty, I believe, on Willard. Let's see the indication from the referee.
Yep.
False start for the Vikings. That is 8 penalties for 65 yards for the Vikes here. Tigers only 5 or 6 penalties for 50 yards in this contest, which, considering last week, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Parkview still has all their starters out, but
well, they're trying to improve again in their district rankings, just like the Waynesville Tigers are. Everybody is at this time of the season.
Right.
Huddleston goes in motion. They take the fake the
counter.
handoff. Now it's a counter
Better.
to Dela Cruz. Tigers wrap him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Better on that counter that time.
It's a loss of 1 on the play. Are they? Well, yeah, they're pretty much going to put it right back to where it was. 2nd down and 17 rather than 16. So, yes, a loss of 1 on the play, and let's see.
Wildcat.
They're going to have a Wildcat. Huddleston is the quarterback now. Dela Cruz lines up as a flanker, trips to the left and 1 to the right. In motion is the quarterback, and it's going to be a fake to the quarterback, and Huddleston will take it to the outside on his feet, and he outruns 2-3 Waynesville Tigers all the way in Waynesville Tiger territory down to the 49-yard line. He will pick up the 17, add 2 more to it for a 19-yard gain on the play.
Yeah, you kind of knew that was coming. He faked to Dela Cruz, Boyce, and they just brought the whole house off that left side, off the tackle, and boy, they hit that hole hard. You got to give them credit.
Yeah, and we knew who was going to carry the football.
Right.
We just could not stop it. How is this team only 4-4?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Not the way they're playing tonight. They are looking good. And here's Boyce to the outside, and he is going to keep it. He is going to turn the corner, and the only way the Tigers stopped him, I'm trying to pick out a number on the outside. That has to be Kevin Poinsett. That was in his general area, and all he did was hang on to a jersey and keep Mr. Boyce from going into the end zone. He slowed him down before the rest of the Tigers could get over there, but he still picks up the first down. But again, that was Kevin Poinsett, and he just grabbed a jersey and held on.
Right.
1st and 10 for the Vikes inside the Tiger 30-yard line down to the 28. Boy, still the quarterback. He takes the snap, hands off to Dela Cruz, and
counter.
Dela Cruz
Look
bounces
out.
off
Look out.
2 tackles, cuts it to the outside, to the 10, and gets run out of bounds at the 5-yard line by A.J. Martin. Another first down by this Viking team. My goodness, they're fast.
Yes, they are.
Good blocking up front, and Dela Cruz turns the corner, and you just cannot catch him.
Right, and you got to give Dela Cruz that he really created that on his own. He just kind of saw it, it stopped it, and then he bounced it outside, and his speed took over.
We've got timeout called on the field while one of the Vikings ties their shoe. He gets that from the referee as time continues to tick off the clock. 7:30 left to go here in this contest. Vikings trying to score again, and here's a pitch across the middle. This is good for a 5-yard touchdown strike to Tyrone Newbern. And where was our defense on that?
I think they're probably thinking about the bye week.
Yeah. So, again, Newbern on the catch from 5 with 7:10 left to go here in the fourth quarter and in this football game. And the Vikings, again, will line up for the extra point attempt. Coming back on the field for the Vikings is their kicker, Blake George. Also, they're one of their offensive linemen. Blake George will boot the ball up and through the upright. It is good. So the extra point good. It is 56-10. And the clock continues to tick. We'll take a break and we'll be right back.
This is the Pepsi that your father drank and your grandfather drank. When I was your age, we were. This is the Pepsi that your Uncle Ted drank when rock sounded like this. This is the Pepsi for American pastimes. Whether you're tailgating at a speedway or courtside watching your favorite player make a breakaway, he scored! This is the Pepsi for those who are forever fun. This is the Pepsi for every generation.
You're listening to KOZQ 102.3 FM, Waynesville, St. Robert, Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. Get Napa know-how at St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue in St. Robert, and get the good stuff 7 days a week.
Well, we're back. Marv Luton along with Shane McPherson. And again, it has not necessarily been a great night for the Waynesville football Tigers, now trailing this 56-10. The Tigers will get the football after the kickoff. And again, it will be Blake George doing the kicking, one of the linemen. 5.5 minutes left to go in this game. And they drill it on the ground. The ball gets by one of the Waynesville Tigers. Okay. Now the Tigers scoop it up. Again, George is not, I won't say he's not a good kicker, but he's not a deep kicker.
But he's an effective kicker.
He's an effective kicker. They have kicked the ball on the ground I don't know how many times here, almost every time in this contest. They've recovered 2 onside kicks and almost a third there this time, but the Tigers able to jump on top of it at the 32-yard line, and the Tigers bring their offense back on the field.
Well, main thing right now is for nobody to get hurt.
Yeah, get out of here without any injuries. I think Coach Joe Haynes has brought Lewis back in. A little flare pass to the outside to Shane Butler-Lawson. And Lawson cuts to the outside. And whoa, what a great block. And Butler-Lawson gets thrown out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. But what a block.
Oh, they didn't call a flag on that, did they?
There is a flag. There is a flag. Anthony Randall got blocked. He was chasing the running back, Sheen Butler-Lawson.
Oh, was that a towel?
And no, that is, oh, yeah, I guess that is a towel.
No, it wasn't either. They called it. They said it was illegal contact to the head, but I saw the shoulder. I thought it was a good, clean block.
Well, so did I. And, I mean, it looked like it. They were after Butler-Lawson, but they are going to march it off. Football is not the game it used to be.
I don't know anymore.
That did not look like, that was not a helmet-to-helmet hit.
No, I'm all about protection of the players.
We were watching it because we saw it coming.
Yeah, and he hit him right with his shoulder pad. Did it hit him in the head? Yes, but his shoulder pad hit him in the head.
Little flare pass from Lewis to the outside. Good pass this time by
gone.
Butler Lawson. Shane Butler Lawson is gone. And he will score 75-yard touchdown strike for the Waynesville Tigers as Michael Lewis hits Shane Butler Lawson for 75 yards. And the Waynesville Tigers have put another 6 on the board, but that will not stop the turbo clock. And that is the second touchdown of the game for the Tigers. And that is $100 for, or make it $50 from the Seller Sexton Auto Group to the Waynesville Athletic Department, $25 for each touchdown. We haven't been able to talk a lot about that today. Had the one from Aaron Imperato on the 1-yard run in the first quarter. And here we have one in the fourth quarter, 75-yard from Lewis to Lawson. Aaron Imperato on the 2-point conversion will not go. So the 2-point is no good. So with about, now they do stop the clock for some reason. So with 3:52 left to go, 56-16 is our score, and the Waynesville Tigers will kick the ball off to the Parkview Vikings, and they'll do that when we come back.
I'm Mike Hedrick, the Pulaski County probate judge. I handle many types of cases as a judge, but no case is more important than those involving abused and neglected children. My job as juvenile judge, along with our juvenile office, children's division, guardian ad litems, and CASA volunteers whom I help reintroduce into the Pulaski County court system, is to find a better life for those most vulnerable to situations beyond their control and with little say in their well-being. My purpose is to assure every child is given the same chance in life I had growing up in Pulaski County. I ask for your vote again for Mike Hedrick, Pulaski County probate judge.
Paid for by the committee to elect Michael Hedrick, Brandon Bales, treasurer.
Well, the Waynesville Tigers again will kick the ball off. For some reason, they have stopped the turbo clock here. Still a 40-point lead by the Vikings. What strikes me strange is they did not stop the clock when the Vikings scored.
Right.
They just kept running. But when the Tigers put it in the end zone, they stopped the clock, which I think you're supposed to on touchdowns. I'm not real sure. Here's an onside kick. And again, shot that time coming across the middle. Malik Hopper. Well, why didn't I know that one?
Yeah.
That was a chop. The ball hits the ground, pops up in the air, and when the receiver or the Viking caught the ball, Malik Hopper took his head off. But he held on to the football, so that's good news for the Vikings. They have the ball, and the referees have stopped the clock again.
I'm not going to be surprised they call that a headshot, because it was a headshot.
Well, let's see what the indication is from the referee. There is the penalty flag at the 48-yard line. Malik Hopper popped him good. The kid was up in the air, he had his arm extended, catching the football, and Hopper came across the top and popped him. Now, he didn't hit him with his helmet, like he was spearing him.
No.
But
Okay.
it's going to be a false start on the Waynesville Tigers. We're going to roll the clock. Okay.
Wow.
So a false start on the Waynesville Tigers again. They jumped before the ball was kicked. They were on the other side of the line of scrimmage when the ball was kicked. So are we going to re-kick this thing?
No, they declined it.
Okay, they declined it, so the Parkview Vikings will take it 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line, and the clock continues to tick now.
And we got a preview of Monday. We've got JVs in.
Here's a high snap, and the ball is going to be jumped on by the Vikings, so they will retain possession of the football, but it will be all the way back at the 35-yard line?
Yeah.
34-yard line is where, and some of the younger Tigers are in there as well. So we've got quite a few JV players in this contest right now.
And for those of you guys who are wondering, Monday the JV and the freshman will both be playing at home Monday night.
Both of them at home on Monday. And there's another high snap over the quarterback's head. And this goes all the way down to the 19-yard line. So 2 bad snaps by Parkview. And let's see where this one is going to be spotted. And this is going to bring up a third. And let's see here. 10, 20, 30, probably about 39. Third and 39. Is what the Parkview Vikings are looking at.
Wow, he lost more on that one. Let's see, he lost 15 more on that one.
Yeah. So with 1:45 again, this is the JV team in there for Parkview, and a lot of the younger Tigers are in there as well. The starters over on the bench right now. There's a good snap, and up the middle they go, and not a big gain on the play, about 5 yards. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 35 now for the Parkview Vikings. And let's see if they're going to bring the punting unit on the field. Yes, they do. And somebody will kick this ball away, and it looks like coming back on the field is going to be the Parkview Viking quarterback, Trevor Boyce, who will be doing the punting.
First one of the night.
Believe so. And also Dela Cruz is back out there as well. So the special teams, they bring the varsity out. They want to make sure they kick this thing deep enough down the field. And Boyce nails one, and it is going to be fielded at the 38-yard line by the Waynesville Tigers, and that is Chris Bancroft, who will go out of bounds at around the, let's see where they're going to mark it, right around the 45-yard line.
Yeah, 44, 45.
44, 45, depending on where the referees decide to spot it. Looks like the 44 will be the place. About a half a minute left to go in this contest. This is going to end up as a 56-16 victory for the Parkview Vikings. See if the Waynesville Tigers even bring a team back on the field. They really don't have to at this point in time, and I don't think they are.
Nope, they're not going to. They've lined up.
I think they're lining up, and they're going to call this the ball game. So we have 6 seconds left to go. 56-16. This one is in the books, and it has not been pretty for the Waynesville football Tigers here, dropping this to the Parkview Vikings. And again, still getting themselves a shot at a first-round bye in districts, but maybe not at home. We'll talk about that and more when we come back and wrap it up here from JFK.
Colleges are notorious for charging fees, application fees, book fees, technology fees, graduation fees. Well, you get the point. At Columbia College, we came up with a better way. No fees, no book costs, and no surprises. That's the truth. We call it Truition. Learn more at fortwood.ccis.edu. That's fortwood.ccis.edu.
I'm here in the middle of the beautiful Ozarks.
I'm in one of the most exciting phases of my life.
But it's definitely time to relocate to a place of my own.
Somewhere I can power nap in peace.
Where I can have my buddies over anytime I want.
Somewhere close to where I need to be, when I need to be there.
I wonder what my housing options are.
Alford Beatty Communities offers move-in ready 2, 3, and 4-bedroom homes in both single-family and townhome styles. Located at Fort Leonard Wood in Missouri, our residents enjoy a secure and comfortable hometown environment with the convenience of 24-hour maintenance, lawn care services, and community events. For more information, call Balfour Beatty today at 573-329-1013.
Well, we're back here, Marv Luton, along with Shane McPherson, as we wrap it up. 56-16 is the final. The Waynesville Tigers falling to the Parkview Vikings. Again, this thing started off with Waynesville on top as the Tigers got the opening kickoff, marched at 61 yards down the field. Aaron Emperado went in for the 1-yard line, and Christian Peterson kicked the extra point, and the Tigers lead at 8 with 8:36 left to go. And then on the Parkview opening drive, Blake Dela Cruz marched it down the field with his teammates, and he went in from the 3. They went for the 2-point conversion, missed it. It was a 7-6 ball game. And then the Parkview Vikings went on top with a 31-yard catch to Newbern from their quarterback, Boyce, with 2:14 left to go in the opening quarter. They kick an they kick the onside kick, recover the onside kick, and Dela Cruz goes in from the 29, made it 22-7 at the time. And Dela Cruz, another 29-yard run, made it 28-7 with 10:52 left to go in the second quarter. The Tigers got the ball, and they marched it down the field. And Aaron Choi punched in a 42-yard field goal, made it 28-10 at the time. And after that, it was all Parkview. Huddleston with a 55-yard catch, Newbern with a 30-yard catch, Huddleston with a 21-yard run, and then a 5-yard catch by Newbern made it 56-10. The Tigers, Shane Butler lost in a 75-yard run with 3:52 left to go in the fourth quarter, made it 56-16. And that's how it ended up. 13 first downs for the Tigers, 18 for the Parkview Vikings, and 2 turnovers, both onside kicks, turned into touchdowns. We also had an interception. They fumbled the ball once, an onside kick as well. We were able to recover that, but this was all Parkview in this one, buddy.
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, it was a big time spank tonight. I mean, that's all that you can really say about it. So, you know, like we've been saying when we've been taking some of these, you just got to wash it off and get ready for the next one. We need to respond real well against Willard. It looks like the last time I checked that Willard had it pretty much in hand. It says right now that they're still in that third quarter. I'm sure it's got to be somewhat closer than that, but right now we're just rechecking it real quick. It looks like we're going to pretty much go to Willard, and that is a final. So Willard did beat Branson 27-7.
Okay, yeah, so they beat them by 20 points, and we lost by 40. So there's a pretty good indication that we're going to be traveling to Willard, but we will still get that first round bye.
Yeah, and that's important. I mean, it's important. You know, not that Glendale's going to have a real tough time. I don't believe Glendale's going to have a real tough time with Springfield Central. But I got to tell you, I'm glad we're in our situation rather than having to go against Lebanon at first. I'd like to go against Willard first, get a good game under our belt, come back with one of those strong games that we had towards the middle of the season, come back and try to give Lebanon all that they want, and who knows in this game.
Yeah, certainly not. What kind of stats did the Waynesville Tigers end up with?
Well, total yards for tonight, we had 286 yards total. The second half, there just wasn't a whole lot of offense to be gone because, you know, the running clock just made it. We had 106 total, 5 for 26 as far as the run, 2 for 5 for 80. They had 148 yards total. They had 11 rushes for 102 yards. They were 3 for 4 for 46. It gave them a total of 518 total yards. They had 40 rushes for 341 yards, you go figure. And we had 286 total yards. So the score was indicative of the yardage tonight. You know, they dominated on all sides of it. And we're just going to wash this one off, go home, and enjoy the rest of the weekend and get ready for another week.
You bet. And next week it looks like a first-round bye again. None of this is in stone. We'll have more on that as all the scores come in, and we'll get you an update on it beginning of next week. But it looks like at this point in time we're not going to be home for our first district game.
No, I don't think so. But, you know, that's okay. Let's look at the positive side of this. We have Joe's done a really good job about turning this program around. We can't back in on just this game. They didn't look like they were ready very well to play tonight after that first, you know, drive. They kind of, I don't know if they just sat back and just thought the game was going to come to them. They've got to have that attitude where they're going to take it to people. And if we can get that attitude going here against Willard, I think we got a real good shot.
For our engineer back at the station, Chuckster, my partner Shane McPherson, I'm Marv Luton. Thanks for joining us for Tiger football tonight. 56-16 is the final. Parkview over Waynesville. See you not next week, but the following week, and we'll talk more about it on Monday morning.
You've been listening to Waynesville Tiger football. Our game has been brought to you by Air Serve Heating and Air, Arby's of St. Robert, B&B Theater in Waynesville, TC Towing of Waynesville, Balfour Beatty Communities of Fort Wood, Columbia College, King Auto Glass, Lindsay Chrysler Dodge, Ram Jeep of St. Robert, Park University of Fort Leonard Wood, Ogle Chiropractic in Waynesville, Mailboxing of St. Robert, Pepsi Cola Bottling Company, the Seller Sexton Auto Group, Shelter Insurance Agents, Mike Anthony of Waynesville and Dave Holland in Richland, VFW Post 3168, Team Ellis and Remax Professional Realty, the Bank of Crocker, Clayton Homes of Lebanon, Lynch's Furniture of St. Robert, the Mary's County Bank, St. Robert Auto Supply, and the Waynesville Medical Plaza. That's it for this evening. Have a great night.